Mafra is not going to be running here anytime soon.
Well, you're very, you're going out on a limb there.
That's what I do. Bold predictions.
Bold predictions. You and the octopus.
That's it. There's a fastball to Murphy is taken inside for a ball. That octopus is 5 for 5.
Yeah. And he says Spain tomorrow.
There's an octopus that has been predicting the World Cup winners. And, boy, he has yet to fail one. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there for a call strike. Yeah, fastball at 88. So the velocity for Brian Mattis tonight has been a little bit down. 88, 89, 90 maybe. The left-hander with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Murphy on a breaking ball there. Check swing. And Murphy takes it low. So 2-1 now to David Murphy. So the octopus said Spain again.
Spain,
huh?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm betting $1,000 on that tomorrow. That game is tomorrow, right? Here's a swing and a foul back out of play.
Yeah, tomorrow you get your money over there to the bookies in London, where they do have legalized betting.
Who's the other finalist?
Jeez. Now you've caught me off guard there.
Ask the octopus.
Yeah, right.
He must know. Here's a pitch. Murphy takes low and outside. Ball 3. 3-2 now. I know they beat Germany the other day in the semifinal. They won that game 1-0. Now Mattis ready. Molina at first. Left-hander delivers. And a pop-up here behind third base. Down that left field foul line. Tejada backtracking. Cesar is there. And Asturias, as he crosses the foul line, makes the catch. So 2 gone. And now the number 9 hitter, Joaquin Arias, will come up there.
How could I forget? Tomorrow's finalists will be the Netherlands.
Of
all
course.
those people wearing orange.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place in South Africa.
Well, Spain and the octopus hoping that tomorrow will not be a Dutch treat. And here's Joaquin Arias to hit with 2 outs. Mattis will check the runner, Molina. Here comes the pitch. Fastball picks up the inside corner. And now Mattis sets again. Here it comes. Arias dribbles it foul off his foot. That ball goes out there to Miguel Tejada at third base, but a foul ball. So it's 0-2 now to Joaquin Arias.
Of course, the Texas Rangers today trading their everyday first baseman Justin Smoke to the Seattle Mariners in that Cliff Lee deal. Arias getting the start tonight because they did not have another first baseman until the arrival of Chris Davis, and Davis was on his way from his AAA ball club here, and with the delay, Davis is now in uniform, and he can come in as a pinch hitter later in the ballgame.
Pitch on the way to Arias, a little breaking ball, he bounces it foul. Well, the Yankees thought they had made a deal with the Seattle ball club to get Cliff Lee, but I guess that deal kind of went up in smoke.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers at the last minute pulled it off, and boy, the fans here in Texas are ecstatic.
You didn't get that, did you?
No.
It went up in smoke?
I got it.
Man alive. Here's the pitch. Arias, Casey got it right away.
Yeah, Casey.
Arias takes you a little bit low.
He fell off his chair laughing back there.
Well, before you can laugh, you have to get it, Fred.
Hey, I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, there's a swing and a miss. And Joaquin goes down on strikes. Mattis picks up his first strikeout. End of 2. It's 0-0 on the Orioles Radio Network. Angel Angel, Casey Willett, Fred Mafra back in Texas. The Orioles now coming up. Inning number 3, 0-0 ball game. By the way, that World Cup final game is on Sunday. I just found out from a very good friend who's a big Minnesota Twins fan who's not having a good time these days. The Twins are struggling. So, with no further ado, because we are running out of ado, let's get right back to Fred Manfred.
Now, there's lots of dew falling right now here in Texas. And Cesar Asturias steps in to lead off for the Orioles, shows bunt, and bunts it foul right at the feet of the catcher, Molina. Torres came in as a pinch runner in last night's ball game for Ty Wigginton in that Oriole 3-run eighth, a decisive inning for the Orioles. He later scored, and then he, in his only at-bat, did not deliver a base hit, so that stopped his 6-game hit streak. Torres, however, 9 for 23 on the road trip. Switch hitting shortstop. The pitch on the way from Feldman. High drive deep to right field. Going back is Cruz. Cruz to the wall and will reach up with about 3 feet to spare. Torres gave that one a long ride to right field, but room for the right fielder Cruz to get back and make the grab, and one gone. And now Corey Patterson, who dribbled one down the first baseline but reached on an infield hit his first at bat, will step in. Corey had just one hit last night, but it was an RBI base hit. He went 1 for 5. Patterson hitting .282 as he stands in. 4 home runs, 14 knocked in. Corey with Felix Piet in the lineup is now the DH for the most part. He takes a fastball outside. Left-handed batter. Right-hander Scott Feldman, 27 years of age, born in Kailua, Hawaii. Now lives in Northern California. And the delivery on the way to Patterson. High pop-up. Shallow left field. Going out as the shortstop Andrus, and he makes the grab. 2 gone. So for the first time in this ball game, the Orioles do not get their leadoff man on when Torres hit that deep fly ball to right, and then Corey Patterson, his second at bat. He's out number 2. And Miguel Tejada will step in. Miggy grounded out to the third baseman Michael Young, his first at bat. And a 2-hour, 29-minute rain delay before the start of this ball game, the second of the 4-game series. And Feldman's delivery to Miggy sliced foul out of play off to the right side. Tejada a 1 for 5 night last night. So far on this road trip, Tejada's had 6 hits and 31 at bats. Overall this season, Miguel hitting .275. He's hit 6 home runs and knocked in 33 in his return to the Orioles. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. The 6'7" Feldman on the way to the Orioles' third baseman. A breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Miguel Tejada. On deck is Nick Markakis. Now, tomorrow afternoon here, if all goes according to the way the Texas Rangers have it planned, it will be left-hander, the Cy Young winner, Cliff Lee on the mound for them tomorrow night against the Orioles. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way to Miggy, and Tejada swings and misses on that 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball. For the Orioles, they have TBA, but Chris Tillman will be the guy if everything stays as it is right now. And it looks like Josh Bell is going to head back to AAA Norfolk. So it'll be Tillman and Cliff Lee tomorrow, a night game here in Texas for the third game of this series. The 1-2 pitch from Feldman all the way to the Oriole third baseman, and Tejada looks at it low again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was the amazing part about that Cliff Lee trade. I mean, the Yankees didn't get him, but at least tonight they didn't have to face him either.
Oh, yeah.
And Lee had gone 7-2 against the Yankees in his last 9 starts, including those 2 games in the World Series last year.
Here's the 2-2 pitch now to Tejada in this scoreless ball game. We're in the top of the third, and Feldman's delivery to Miguel. A broken bat, line drive right back to the pitcher, who reaches down mid-shin to come up with that broken bat. Soft line drive for out number 3. So for the first time tonight, Feldman gets the Orioles 1, 2, 3. 15th out of Orioles baseball, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit Geico at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. We go to the bottom of the third in rainy Texas. Orioles nothing, Rangers nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. The breaking ball to Elvis Andrus for strike 1. Andrus grounded out to his Orioles counterpart as Torres' his first at bat. Andrus headed to the All-Star game in Anaheim next Tuesday. He has a modest 3-game hit streak, 4 for his last 14, and the pitch to the young shortstop outside. Andrus 1 for 5 in last night's ball game. Having an outstanding year, however, 288 average. He does not have a lot of home run power. No home runs this year, and a bouncer up the middle. Moving to his right quickly is the second baseman Scott Moore, as that ground ball is eaten up by the Orioles' second sacker. He throws to first, and Andrus is 0 for 2. Michael Young will step in. Young drew a walk his first look at Manis tonight. Third inning is brought to you by the Wellwood Restaurant in historic Charlestown, Maryland, just a short drive up 95, where your taste buds will experience some of the finest seafood the Bay has to offer. Visit wellwoodclub.com for weekly specials and events. Michael Young will not be going to the All-Star game. Right-handed batting third baseman takes a fastball down and away. Ball one. Young with the average over 300, 306, a dozen home runs, 54 runs driven in. Ryan Mattis looking for his fourth win of the year, delivers to Young and a line drive center field base hit. Young extends a hit streak to 4 consecutive games with that single. He's reached 2 times tonight, the walk in the first, and now his 1-out single here in the third. And Ian Kinsler, another Texas All-Star, will step in. Kinsler did single his first at bat. Ian Kinsler, right-handed batting second baseman. The Texas Rangers begin play tonight 5.5 out in front of the Angels in the American League West. Outstanding home record, 31 wins, 16 losses. However, they have a losing record against teams from the East, 6-12 against teams in the Orioles division. The pitch to Kinsler, fly ball, and it's drifting toward the foul line left field, and it's a foul ball as that ball got toward the rolled up tarp down the left field's foul side, and Felix Piet a long run to get over there, but he was not going to be able to come up with it. And 1 strike to Ian Kinsler. Kinsler 3 home runs and 28 knocked in. Ryan Mattis with a runner at first base and 1 out. Delivers to the right-handed bat of Kinsler, a breaky ball that bounces out in front of the plate, and blocking it nicely with a chest protector, Oriole catcher Matt Wieters. As it kept out in front of the plate, and Young has to hold at first base. SK out-of-town scoreboard in Seattle. Yankees leading the Mariners 1-0, and they're in the top of the 5th inning. The Angels 2, Oakland 2 in the bottom of the 5th in Oakland. The 1-1 delivery, quick throw to first base, and Young back easily. A final, the Chicago White Sox beat the Kansas City Royals tonight. Mark Burley wins his 8th, 8-7. Bruce Chen loses his 3rd. It was an 8-2 Chicago win tonight in the Windy City. Pitch again in the dirt and down on both knees. To smother that one is Matt Wieters, and the count now 2-1 to Ian Kinsler.
I guess Bruce Chen back to reality a little bit. I remember his last start. He had a perfect game through 6 innings, but tonight he got shelled.
Mattis holds the set, now delivers to Kinsler in a pop-up behind the plate. Coming back is Wieters, but he will run out of room as that one's 11 rows or so behind the dish and out of the reach of the Oriole catcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Kinsler. Vladimir Guerrero looms on deck for the Texas Rangers. Last night, the Rangers, for a 4th consecutive series opener, were losers. They had that 4-0 lead, but the Orioles won the ball game 6-4 against the Texas bullpen last night. Toss over to first base. Young gets back. Former big leaguer Gary Pettis is the first base coach for Ron Washington. All the way across the diamond third base side, Dave Anderson is the coach in that third base coach's box. Mattis sets away from the letters. The left-hander holds the set. Now kicks and delivers, and Kinsler lines it over the leap of the third baseman Tejada into left field. Stopping at second base is Young, so Kinsler 2 for 2. And now Vladdy will come up with runners as they were last inning, first and second with 1 down. So Guerrero, who was held in check last night, still looking for that first hit of this series against the Orioles, as we've had back-to-back singles here in the third against Brian Mattis. There's Guerrero, when he wore the Angel uniform, used to wear out Texas pitching, and so when he became a free agent, the Rangers said, well, we'll get him. And he has been having an outstanding year for this Texas ball club. 19 home runs, 72 knocked in, pitched down and in at the knees, and Guerrero jumps back. And he has to be wondering, well, the Orioles are keeping things tight, because last night he saw several pitches buzz by the chest. Fastballs from Jeremy Guthrie, and he stared out at the mound. 1 ball, no strikes to Guerrero. Runners at first and second. The pitch, swing and a miss. And there's that typical Vladimir Guerrero swing. He doesn't hold back. He lets loose. And he swings from the heels, and he has a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, boy, he threw a real good slider right there. That's the best breaking ball we've seen so far tonight. But with Mattis right now, you keep playing with fire, as you mentioned. First and second twice with Guerrero up there to hit.
Here's the delivery on the way to Vladimir. A bouncer foul, so he gets ahead of Guerrero. A ball and 2 strikes. Foul ball, third base side. Guerrero, always dangerous. And he has just great numbers in his career against the Orioles. Vladimir Guerrero, a guy who has killed Oriole pitching over the years. And the pitch to Guerrero, a high pop foul out of play off to the right side. Guerrero came into this series hitting .345 against Oriole pitching, 22 home runs and 71 knocked in his career against Baltimore.
Well, I think it's scary is this season he's hitting .390 against left-hand pitching.
Yep, with 4 of his 19 home runs.
Mattis, the lefty out there, trying to work out of it again.
1 and 2 continuing to Guerrero. Runners at first and second for Texas. Scoreless ball game, bottom of the third. The pitch to Guerrero, breaking ball pulled foul. He was out in front of that 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball, and he pulls it into the stands midway up left field side.
He hung it, Fred. He got away with it. And the fact that it was only 79 miles an hour, that's why Guerrero pulled that ball so badly. But he got a real good look at it. Just couldn't wait long enough.
Guerrero with that widespread stance, third base side batter's box. Runners have their leads at first and second. The pitch to Guerrero high upstairs, and Guerrero does not chase. Of course, Guerrero, a pitch like that doesn't mean he's not going to swing at it. He's a notorious bad ball hitter. He will swing at pitches that bounce to the plate and hit them.
Yeah, you're right. He's the 4th toughest guy to strike out in the American League.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Vladdy. And the pitch on the way to Guerrero. Swing, high drive, deep to left field. PA races back over his head and into the stands by a row for a home run. A 3-run shot for Vladimir Guerrero. 3-0 Texas as that ball just got out of here over the big wall just to the right of the 354 sign in deep left field. His 20th home run, RBI 73, 74, and 75, and he's on his way to the All-Star game.
Well, if you give Vladimir Guerrero enough chances with runners on first and second, he's going to make you pay, and that's what he does to Mattis right here.
And when it left the bat, I thought it was going to hit the top of that wall as PA retreated, but it just got out of here. Here's Josh Hamilton, who grounded out hard to the shortstop his first at bat. And a pitch up and in to Josh, 1-0. Hamilton, another Texas All-Star, having just a super year. He has hit 22 home runs, knocked in 64. Hitting .344 as he stands in. The pitch to Hamilton, swinging a foul back.
Now, the 2 most dangerous guys in baseball right now are Miguel Cabrera and Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton, a guy that gives you just all 5 tools. Speed, power. He's a tremendous outfielder. Great arm. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Hamilton. A breaking ball pulled foul toward his Texas dugout. First base side, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's good enough to defensively to play center field, which he's doing tonight. But Miguel Cabrera right now leads the Triple Crown, and Hamilton is second in those Triple Crown categories.
Hamilton has hit in 7 consecutive games overall. The pitch to Hamilton, a breaking ball, lifted foul and out of play. And here at home, Hamilton has hit in 28 consecutive games, just 2 shy of the Texas record for a home hitting streak. Al Oliver holds that one. He did that back in 1981. Lefty to lefty. The pitch on the way to Josh Hamilton, 3-0 Texas. Swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball as Hamilton goes down swinging. That is the second strikeout tonight for Brian Mattis, and that strikeout follows the 3-run home run off the bat of Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah, that was the curveball there, not the slider. That was the curveball, which is the slower of the 2 breaking balls. But it was a real good one to get Hamilton.
Benji Molina will step in now. Molina walked his first at bat. Brian Mattis, who's now given up a dozen home runs this season, delivers to the Burley catcher, and he takes it high, ball 1. 10 of those home runs, right-handed batters. Mattis stands tall, the 6'4" left-hander. Rocks, kicks, and delivers 1-0 to Molina. Line drive center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That's the 4th hit this inning against Brian Mattis. Singles by Young, Kinsler, followed by the 3-run home run off the bat of Guerrero, and now the 2-out base hit by Molina. He's been on base twice tonight. Of course, the last start for Brian Mattis here in Texas was not a good one. That was the one, as Joe pointed out, when we started this ball game many hours ago. His shortest start of the career. He gave up 7 earned runs in just 2 1/3 innings to this Texas ball club. By the way, for Vladimir Guerrero, his 12th 20 home run season in a brilliant career. You know, a visit to the mound by Rick Kranitz, the Oriole pitching coach. And that brings up Nelson Cruz. Went after the first pitch he saw back in the second inning and popped it to the shortstop Asturias.
And for Guerrero, career home run number 427, which, by the way, 41st on the all-time home run list.
Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, delivery to Cruz. A slow breaking ball in there. Strike 1 to Nelson. Cruz with a wide spread stance in that third base side batter's box. Kind of bounces the bat off his right shoulder as he awaits the delivery. The pitch on the way, high and away. A ball and a strike. Brian Mattis has now thrown 60 pitches in the ball game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 3-0 Texas. 2 out and a runner at first base. The Oriole left-hander looks at the runner at first, delivers to Cruz. Away outside again. And 2 balls and 1 strike to Cruz. Tried to get that one on a, looked like a pitch that didn't have any bite to it. It just hung up high and away. And the count 2-1. Cruz, 11 home runs, 41 knocked in. And the delivery to Cruz is low. So the count now 3-1 to the powerful right-handed batting right fielder.
Mattis here tonight, not nearly as sharp as he was against the Red Sox. Lots of pitches, not enough strikes.
Molina at first base, 2 down, 3 runs in for Texas. The pitch to Cruz, and he goes after it, and he pops it foul out of play. Came in with an 88-mile-an-hour pitch, and Cruz lofted that one out of play behind his dugout, first base side, 3-2.
Well, he's now throwing 63 pitches, 38 strikes, and 25 balls. That ratio is not good.
Mattis, the long look to Wieters. Still looking into his catcher. Now hands together. Molina at first base, 3-2. He'll be going with 2 out. There he goes. Pitch to Cruz. High drive. Left field racing back as PA over his head. Bounces on the warning track. Then off the scoreboard. Being held up at third base as Molina into second base. Standing with the 2-bagger is Cruz. 2 in scoring position with 2 down for David Murphy. And they have not been fooled by Brian Mattis this inning. We've had the 3 singles, a home run, and now a double for the Texas Rangers this inning.
Yeah, again, just bad location again for Brian Mattis. I mean, that ball was above the belt and got most of the inner portion of home plate. And Nelson Cruz, when he saw that pitch, his eyes got twice as big.
His 12th double. And now a lefty to lefty as Murphy awaits the delivery from Brian Mattis, and Murphy takes it inside and high. 1-0. He popped out in foul ground to Miguel Tejada, his first at bat. Murphy came into this ball game having 4 hits and 5 at bats, including a home run against Brian Mattis. And the delivery to the left-handed batting left fielder misses outside a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Murphy came in with a 266 overall average this season, but he hits 288 against left-handed pitching. Murphy swinging that bat about shoulder level as he awaits the delivery. Molina at third base. Cruz at second. 3 runs in already on the 3-run Guerrero home run here in the third. 2 down and the pitch on the way, and it's taken low. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Joaquin Arias, the 9th place hitter and first baseman, on deck. David Murphy, 3 home runs overall this year. 24 knocked in. The pitch to Murphy, and it's a ball 4 as they try to go to the outer portion of the plate in a 4-pitch walk. 3rd free pass tonight that Mattis has given up, and he has a bases loaded situation for Arias, who had a 4 RBI night, a career high Tuesday against Cleveland. So a runner at every base for the Texas Rangers. Arias, no home runs, 8 runs knocked in. Arias struck out his first at bat. One of the 2 strikeouts tonight for Brian Mattis. Arias, slender, right-handed batter. A runner at every base for Texas with 2 down. The pitch in the dirt and down again on both knees to block that one. Matt Wieters. So we've had 5 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone thrown by Brian Mattis. Arias waving that bat down around the knees. Runners have their leads at first, second, and third. The pitch to Arias. His ball 2 inside, 6 in a row out of the strike zone. Matt Albers is already beginning to throw in the Oriole bullpen. 70 pitches tonight for Brian Mattis so far. He has yet to get out of the 3rd inning. Mattis hands away from the body. Now delivers 2-0 to Arias. And it's low, ball 3. 7 straight missed by Brian.
Yeah, he just lost his release point.
So Arias with the bases loaded. 2 down, 3 balls, no strikes to the 9th place hitter. The Mattis delivery on the way, and it's ball 4. 8 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone. Back-to-back walks. This one forces the 4th run of the night and inning across the plate as Molina touches it. Texas with a 4-0 lead, and Brian Mattis is struggling in this ball game as the Orioles wait to see if he's going to survive this 3rd inning. 4 runs already, bases still loaded, 2 out. Matt Wieters goes out to the mound, and Matt Albers getting some extra time to warm up in that Oriole bullpen.
Well, you see that happen once in a while. You see a pitcher lose his release point. And by that we mean he really has no idea where he's letting go of the ball. And so he's searching for it. And you saw the last 2 pitches in particular. You can see Mattis aiming the ball, trying to guide the ball, and missing badly.
Well, here's Elvis Andrus, who started the inning grounding out. And the delivery to the shortstop, and Andrus takes a strike above the knees. So after 8 consecutive missing the plate, strike 1 to the right-handed batting shortstop.
Sometimes the pitcher, when he loses that release point, he'll throw a couple of breaking balls to try to find it again.
Mattis hands together, bases loaded, and the pitch to Andrus, a strike 2 on the outside corner.
Change up, nice pitch.
And that was a good off-speed pitch. Andrus just watched it dip into the strike zone. And 0-2. A runner at every base for Texas. They've scored 4 times this inning on a 3-run Guerrero home run and a bases-loaded walk to the 9th place hitter. And the Mattis delivery 0-2 to Andrus, and he jams him and he fouls it off to the right side into the lower deck. Came in with a fastball up and in. Continues 2 strikes to Andrus, who's 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out to short and a ground out to second base. Elvis out of the box briefly, now back in. The 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded. 2 down. And the delivery of the right-handed batter. Andrus bounces at third base side. It's a fair ball. Tejada picks it up, throws across the diamond, and that's the inning. But 4 come across for the Texas Rangers. A Guerrero 3-run shot, and then the walk to the 9th place hitter Arias to force across the other run. We go to the 4th inning here in Texas. Rangers 4, Orioles nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. The Orioles will have to do what they did last night. They fell behind 4-0 early in the ballgame and rallied to win the ballgame from Texas 6-4. It's a 4-0 ball game as we go to the top of the 4th. Nick Markakis, Ty Wigginton, Adam Jones against Scott Feldman. In the 6'7" right-hander, ready to deal to the Oriole left-handed batting right fielder. And the pitch to Nick misses outside, ball 1. Markakis, a fly ball to right, his first at bat against Feldman. Feldman, 5 wins, 8 losses. In his career, an even 500 pitcher, 29-29. Here's a breaking ball low. 2 balls and no strikes to Nick. Joe mentioned Feldman over the last several starts has had trouble holding leads. He has a 4-run cushion with which to work here against the Birds. He's given up 2 hits the first 3 innings. And delivery to Nick. And there's a strike above the knees. Feldman has given up 5 runs in each of his last 3 starts. And as we mentioned before, he's had 4 starts against the Orioles, and despite at times not pitching all that well, is 4-0 against the Birds. And the delivery to Nick Markakis. A line drive, it's foul, pulled to the right side beyond first base. Nick now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Markakis with the average at .305. 5 home runs, 30 runs knocked in. On this road trip, Orioles started in Boston. Nick homered in Boston. He also homered in Detroit. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Markakis. And it's ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, down and away. Markakis in his career has had 14 at-bats against Scott Feldman with 4 hits. Feldman's 3-2 pitch to Nick. And he reaches for it and fouls it off to our left side into the second level of this gigantic baseball park. Just a big structure is Rangers ballpark here in Arlington. 3-2 again to Markakis. Leading off here in the 4th, and the pitch to Nick. Pops him up. Foul third base side and back behind the Oriole dugout. So Markakis will continue on with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Taking yourself and the family to the ballpark, remember, take it easy. MTA local bus, light rail or metro subway will save on gas and parking while you save yourself from traffic. Ride MTA and you go home a winner every game. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nick. Feldman rocks, kicks, and delivers to Markakis. Line drive, right field base hit, going toward the right field corner. Cruz will cut it off. Markakis heading for second. Here comes the throw. Markakis a headlong dive to the bag for a double. And for Nick, his 27th 2-bagger. He fouled off a couple on the 3-2 offerings and then slammed it into right field. And for a 3rd inning out of 4 tonight, the Orioles have their leadoff man on. Double number 27 for Markakis. And that brings up Wigginton. Wiggy popped out with Corey Patterson at second base in the 1st inning for the final out in the 1st. Feldman to deal to the right-handed bat of Wigginton. A swing and a miss at a fastball. Wigginton took the mighty cut, but was unable to connect on the 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, you're right. Tonight, Oriole leadoff hitters are hitting .750. However, the Orioles are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Feldman will not look back at Markakis. Kick to Wigginton, and fastball misses inside. A ball and a strike to Wiggy.
Let me check that. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, but they've had opportunities, just so far unable to cash in.
And the Rangers scoring all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd. It was a Guerrero 3-run shot, a home run, and then a bases-loaded walk. We're in the top of the 4th. Wigginton takes down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike now to tie. Now, for a 6'7" guy, Feldman is not a overpowering pitcher by any means. Those may be 90, 91 at tops. Depends on the sinking fastball. Feldman will deal 2-1 to Wigginton. And here's a line drive right field, and a base hit, the sliding try by Cruz. It gets beyond him, and the ball bounces to Hamilton, and coming in to score from second base will be Nick Markakis. Nelson Cruz came in, and he went into a slide as if he were going to try to catch it, but the ball bounced several feet in front and then may have hit the body and then beyond. And Wigginton has an RBI single, his 45th RBI, and the Orioles score 1 back from the 4 given up by Mattis in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, a bad play by Cruz because he just couldn't make up his mind as to whether or not he had a chance to make that catch. So he kind of went in between, and he got rather lucky that the ball hit him and bounded just a short distance, and Hamilton was backing him up.
Adam Jones up now. Jones slashed a single, a line drive over the leaping shortstop his first at bat. And the Feldman delivery to Adam is a ball one. So Wigginton, who had 2 hits last night, collects an RBI here tonight, his 3rd of the road trip. And Wiggy now up to 45 runs knocked in. He has hands on knees at first base. Feldman, who's given up 4 hits to the Orioles tonight. And Adam Jones steps out of the box. 48 pitches so far for Scott Feldman.
Meanwhile, Wigginton looks like he's starting to heat up again. Had a couple of hits last night and had a real good at-bat there to go opposite field to pick up an RBI.
And the delivery on the way now to Adam Jones. Here's a strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike to the Oriole center fielder. Jones last night 0 for 3, but was hit by a pitch in that 8th inning. And then came in to score one of the 3 Oriole runs that inning. As the Orioles went to work on what had been an outstanding Texas bullpen. But last night that bullpen did not hold the Birds. Feldman, 1-1 to Jones. Pitch to Adam. Slicing fly ball deep down the right field side. Slicing toward the right field corner and foul. And Jones sliced it down the right field line. Cruz went into the right field corner, but it was 1 row deep foul down the right field side. It's got a little bit of room, maybe several feet between the foul line and the wall down that right field corner. It went up into the stands. And it's just a long strike, 1-2 to Adam Jones.
They're talking about Ty Wigginton. Casey was telling us he was in the Oriole clubhouse before the game tonight. He saw Ty Wigginton's all-star jersey.
Well, that's neat. 1-2 to Adam Jones, who was an all-star last year. The pitch to Adam reaches for it, protecting the plate, fouls it out of play.
And Casey asked Wigginton if he could have it. I think Wigginton said no.
Maybe not until after the All-Star game.
Yeah, until after the All-Star game, yeah.
Because Wiggy's a good guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But Casey has no shame.
You'd think he would let Wigginton keep such a remembrance. Jones on the 1-2 strike count. Feldman lots of time in between pitches. Just looking into Molina. Still looking. Surprised Jones hasn't stepped out. Now he does. Adam wipes some of the rain that is still falling lightly here in Texas off the barrel end of the bat. Wigginton at first base. Nobody down. 4-1 Orioles trail. We're in the 4th. Delivery on the way to Adam. Another foul back and out of play. So Jones with a good at bat here. Started out with Markakis fouling off several on 3-2 pitches before doubling to right field. Wigginton slammed the ball into right field. And Cruz, indecisive, went into a slide. The ball hit in front of him, then off the body, allowing Markakis to score from second base. Wigginton at first. And Jones has fouled off several, awaiting another 1-2 strike pitch. The Feldman delivery to Adam with nobody out. And Jones takes it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball.
Now, Fred, I know that in high school you were a big-time catcher.
Right.
I know that. You ever make an all-star team?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you say that so matter of fact. Oh, okay. Was that an insulting question?
No.
Okay. All right.
Here's a 2-2 strike count to Adam Jones with nobody out.
How many did you make?
Here's the pitch on the way to Jones. Bounce right back to Feldman, who goes to Andrus at second for 1 on to first. Double play. 1-6-3. 2 gone. Feldman fielding his position. He got himself that double play bouncer as Adam Jones gets into his 10th of the year. And like that, the bases are clear. And that brings up Felix Piet. So Adam Jones, 1-6-3 DP. And Felix steps in. You were asking about all-star games?
Yeah, how many all-star teams you make?
Geez,
Oh, that many, huh?
Yeah, right. Here's the pitch, breaking ball to Felix.
You forgot how many?
No, the one I remember most is when I played in an all-star game at Memorial Stadium. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Back in the youth.
Yeah.
Back in the day, as they say.
Well, I know you're wondering, Fred.
Yeah. How many did you play in? There's the pitch. That's right. Pitch outside, 1-1 strike.
Like pulling teeth.
I was just going to try to avoid that as much as possible.
Well, I'm so glad you asked me, Fred. I did make one All-Star team.
Okay, which one was that? Here's the 1-1 delivery to Pierre. And he cues it off the end of the bat, rolling toward the third baseman. Young in, off-balance throw to first. That's the inning. But the Orioles, with a double by Markakis to start the inning and an RBI base hit by Wigginton to bring him in, score their first run of the night against Feldman. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning here in Arlington, Texas. And it's the Orioles trailing the Rangers 4-1 on the Orioles Radio Network.
When you're looking for a good place to eat, what do you do?
It's just like being there.
Well, the Orioles have already made a pitching change. Juan Samuel, seeing that Brian Mattis really didn't have much tonight. And so he replaced him with Matt Albers as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Brian, 3 innings, 4 runs, all earned, 6 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. He gave up that 3-run home run to Guerrero. 77 pitches, 43 of them coming in that 4-run third. So Albers will face Michael Young, the third baseman, who was on base twice against Madison. Albers catches the outside corner for a strike 1 to Young. Young walked his first at bat. And he and Kinsler aboard for the Guerrero home run last inning as he singled with 1 out. And the delivery to Michael Young way inside, down around the feet, a ball and a strike to the Texas third baseman. Matt Albers wants to repeat what the Oriole bullpen did last night. 4 1/3 shutout, 2-hit baseball to help the Orioles on their way to that win in the opening game of this 4-game series last night. The Albers delivered to Young in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Matt Albers, game number 37. Only Will Ullman has appeared in more games than Matt. Ullman with 42. Albers 3 wins, 3 losses with a 5.09 ERA, giving up 42 hits in 40 2/3 innings. And the delivery to Young, chopped toward third base, charging is Tejada, the barehanded pickup, the off-balance throw, he got him. Nice play by Tejada, especially considering that turf out there, still wet, lots of rain, and Tejada came in with that glue right hand, picked it up, and then fired to first. And Michael Young retired by the Oriole third baseman. So Miggy does that so well, as you said time and time again. When you watch him play third base, that's his strongest suit, is a guy in the hot corner, being able to charge, pick up barehanded, and make that throw.
Yeah, of course, when he played shortstop, that's a play that he rarely had a chance to make.
Here's Ian Kinsler. And Kinsler shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. Of course, this is the first year for Miggy down at the hot corner.
I mean, if you play shortstop and you get a ball like that, by the time you get to it, you have no play.
1 ball, no strikes to Kinsler, who's hitting .316 this season. Pitch to the second baseman, shows bunt again. It takes low as he pulls back. 2 balls, no strikes. Ian Kinsler, 3 for 6. In past looks at Matt Albers, himself a Texan from Houston, Texas. Matt, 27 years of age. The 2-0 delivery to Kinsler. High drive, pulled foul, upper deck off to the left side. 2-1 to Ian. After Kinsler, it's Vladimir Guerrero. When we look around, we still see umbrellas up, so that rain, even though it's light, still continues to come down. And the delivery to Kinsler, bunts it, third base side. Albers will barehanded, throw to first and gets him. Nice play by Matt Albers, who quickly came off the mound third base side. Then reached down, got it off the top of the wet grass, fired to first. So 2 nice plays defensively for the Orioles here tonight in this inning, and 2 gone. And now Vladimir. Last night the Orioles committed 3 errors in a ball game, and they picked up the win. Their first time to win a game when they've committed 3 errors since July 17th of 2007, when they won 8-3 at Seattle. Here's the pitch on the way to Guerrero, and a strike at the knees. But tonight, so far, especially the last two plays. Nice defensive plays by the Birds. Guerrero, a 3-run home run to left field against Ryan Mattis last inning, his 20th of the year. 75 runs knocked in for the designated hitter. The Albers pitch to Guerrero. It's inside. And Vladimir was tempted, but then held back, and he has the count even at a ball and a strike. Albers 1-1. Bouncer to the right side. Charging is Scott Moore. Picks it up. Taps the glove. Throws to first. So 3 up, 3 down as Albers comes out of the bullpen. We move on to the 5th inning here in Texas. Rangers 4, Orioles 1 on the Orioles Radio Network. Now for the Rangers, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They've left 6. For the Orioles, a run on 4 hits. They've left 2. We go to the 5th inning. Texas 4, Orioles 1. Here's Joe Angel.
All right, big boy. Here we go. Bottom of the order. We'll give you a station break in a moment here. Matt Wieters leads off. Texas ahead 4-1. Wieters, his first time up tonight, came up with a runner at second base and only 1 out and was retired on 1 pitch. And now he takes the ball inside. So Wieters came in hitting .243 this year. 6 home runs, 29 knocked in. Switch hitting catcher. Right-hander Scott Feldman. He delivers. And Wieters swings and he lines it over short. And that's a base hit to left center. Over Murphy. He cuts it off. And then gets it back into second base. So again, the Orioles, for the 5th time, actually the 4th time, in 5 innings so far tonight, have gotten the leadoff man on base. We're going to pause here 10 seconds. Station identification. This is the Oriole Radio Network. Out here's Scott Moore now to hit with nobody out. Rangers ahead 4-1. Scott Moore 0 for 1 tonight, popped out. Feldman delivers, and Moore hits a fly ball to left center. Murphy racing over, and he's not going to get to it. That's a camper. Wieters fell down, and he's hurt. He's going to limp to third base, and Scott Moore is going to stop at second. Matt Wieters, as he rounded second base, he fell down and then slowly got up and then limped his way to third base. And Richie Bancels has come out to take a look, and well, Wieters is going to have to leave the game. And Craig Tatum is going to come in as a pinch runner. Well, the Orioles are going to have runners on second and third with nobody out. It'll bring up Cesar Izturis. Well, Matt Wieters, who did not play in the ball game last night because he felt some tightness. So they gave Wieters a day. He's gone back in there tonight, and he has had to leave the game. And now here's Cesar Izturis. Pitch on the way to Izturis is taken just outside, ball 1. Getting a look at the replay, Wieters, as he rounded second base, when he landed on the bag, it looked as though his knee buckled, and that's why he went down. Looked like his right knee may have buckled. Or something happened when he landed on that second base bag. There's a looping Papa behind short, fading back is Andrews to make the catch in shallow left. Yeah, there'll be no advance, so that's out number 1. And now the top of the order comes up in Corey Patterson. But again, as Wieters made his way to second base, on the ball hit to the gap in left center. When he got to the bag at second, he landed on the bag, and that, I think, is when the injury occurred. Maybe an ankle, maybe a knee, but it did look like maybe his right knee or his right leg. Yeah, now here's Corey Patterson, who in this game has gone 1 for 2. He had an infield single his first time up, and he has popped out. Right-hander against left-hander. Feldman delivers, and Patterson takes a fastball a little bit too high. 1 ball and no strikes. So Craig Tatum is at third base. He's the pinch runner for the injured Matt Wieters. Scott Moore is out there at second base. Texas ahead 4-1 in the 5th. Corey Patterson with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Feldman delivers. Patterson swings, and he lines it out toward right center. The ball dropping, and that's a base hit. So 1 run is in, and Scott Moore is going to be held up at third base. But Tatum has scored to make it a 4-2 ball game. And boy, you can see Nelson Cruz kind of making his way in toward the infield, trying to deke the base runners to make them feel like maybe he had a chance to make that catch, but never did. So it is now 4-2, and the Orioles have runners on first and third now with only 1 out, and it'll bring up Miguel Tejada.
If you're a Ranger fan right now, you say, can't Scott Feldman ever hold a lead? You talked about it, how difficult a time he's had this year when he gets a lead, and the Orioles are chipping away at him right now.
Well, his last 2 games, he's blown 5 leads. And now Tejada was 0 for 2 in this game. So again, right-hander against right-hander. Feldman sets, and now he'll go to first. And Patterson back in there standing. Texas going to play the infield at double play depth. Scott Moore is at third base. Miguel Tejada this season has grounded into 12 double plays. By the way, 7th in the American League. The 7th most double play balls. Now he takes a breaking ball a little bit low and outside the ball. On deck is Nick Markakis. Texas defensively, Michael Young backed up at third. Elvis Andrews and Ian Kinsler up the middle. Joaquin Arias on the bag at first. Benji Molina doing the catching. Right-hander Scott Feldman. Behind Tejada, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the look to third, and then the look to first, but no throw.
Well, that Texas bullpen is busy. Right-hander Dustin Nippert beginning to throw for Ron Washington.
And now Miguel Tejada just outside the box and now back in there. Slowly digs in. Takes a glance out toward the pitcher's mound. And now Tejada squares up. He'll take a couple of practice swings. Feldman, long look, and now the big fella says yes. He will set, and he delivers to Miguel. Jammed him, and the ball fisted foul back in the lower deck. Oriole fans, Kelly and Associates Insurance Group is saving lives in our community by donating $1,000 to the Adams College Shock Trauma Center every time an Oriole pitcher picks up a save. So thank you, Kelly and Associates Insurance Group, for helping to save lives. Miguel Tejada, 1 ball and 1 strike. Feldman being very deliberate between pitches. Now throws the first. Patterson was standing on the bag already. Feldman is second in the league in wild pitches. So that's something that Scott Moore, the base runner at third base, has to be alert on. You never know. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one low, and the count 2-1. In the outfield, Josh Hamilton in center field is playing Miguel Tejada to hit to the opposite field, a little bit toward right center. In fact, the entire outfield is playing Miguel Tejada to swing a little bit late. We'll see if he does. Count 2-1. Miguel digs in. There goes Patterson. Tejada hits a dribbler back to the mound. Feldman will hold Moore at third base, and then he throws out Tejada at first. But Patterson winds up at second. And now with 2 gone, Nick Markakis will come out to hit. And now the Orioles have the tying run in scoring position out there at second base.
And even on this slow track with that rain continuing to fall, you have great speed at second base and Corey Patterson.
Well, Nick Markakis, his last time up, doubled into the right field corner. So he has gone 1 for 2. Tejada, I should say Markakis, with his 27th double to lead the American League. So he has gone 1 for 2. Markakis had wide open stance. Runners on second and third. Now time is called And Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, comes out for a quick visit here. Texas ahead 4-1. Well, fans, you can find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. You can browse the largest online selection of official caps, T-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and much, much more for the entire family. And you can shop from the comfort of your very own home, and you can do that 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. So get your gear from the official source of the Orioles.com shop. Well, Mike Maddox back in the Texas dugout, and Nick Markakis is making his way back into the batter's box. Orioles with runners on second and third. Texas ahead 4-2 in the fifth. Now the right-hander is ready again. And here it comes. Right down the gut, the called strike. Markakis for the season hitting about 306. With runners in scoring position, he's hitting 338. And now the right-hander again delivers. This time Markakis gets jammed, and the ball fouled away off to the left. Out of play. So 0-2 now to Nick Markakis.
You know, Joe, I think the rain has intensified somewhat here at Texas. Looking,
yeah,
man.
I think it's raining harder too. Just a little bit. Although I do like that word. Let's see if Markakis intensifies here. With a count 0-2, here comes the pitch. Little bouncy ball to second base. Kinsler is right there. On to first. Markakis retired. And that's it. But they do get one. But they also leave runners on second and third. And we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. 4-2 Texas on the Orioles Radio Network. All right, now the Rangers here, bottom of the fifth inning. And they've got the bottom of the order coming up to hit. Benji Molina, No, it's not. Wait a minute. Who's this hitting?
Josh
Hamilton. It's
Hamilton.
Hamilton leading off. All right. Little breaky ball is low and inside for a ball. I got my scorebook all screwed up.
It's wet out.
Because, Hamilton looks nothing like Benji Molina. And here comes the pitch. There's a shot off the mound. It takes a big bounce out to Cesar, but his throw was too late to get the out. Boy, that ball hit right back up the middle. It hit the top of the pitcher's mound, and it took a big bounce out to Cesar Esteuras. If that ball hadn't taken that big bounce, Cesar would not have had a play, but looked as though that ball, did it hit the pitching rubber? I think it did.
Yeah, the way it jumped.
It might have hit Albers. But no, you look at the replay, and it just missed Albers' foot.
So that's 29 in a row, the hit streak now at home for Josh Hamilton.
So now here's Benji Molina. And of that I am certain. Benji in this game with a walk and a single. And the throw to first too late. So Hamilton is now 1 for 3 in this game. Benji Molina, a right-hand hitter. And of course, if you can get this guy to hit the ball on the ground. Here comes the pitch. And a fastball at the knees, that's a called strike. Molina's had a walk, he's had a single, and he has scored on a walk. Remember, he was on third base with the bases loaded against Brian Mattis in that big third inning. There's a ground ball to short. Cesar's got it. He'll step on second and then on to first, and Molina is doubled up. So, yeah, he got him to hit the ball on the ground. A little 6-3 double play. And just like that, there were 2 outs, and it'll bring up Nelson Cruz.
Now, the 9th time Molina has hit into a double play overall with the Giants and now the Rangers.
Texas ahead 4-2 on the SK scoreboard. The Washington Nationals, behind Steven Strasburg, beat the San Francisco Giants 8-1. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a fastball for a called strike. Strasburg finally won his third game. He had not won a ball game in almost a month. So he is now 3-2. And today Strasburg went 6 innings, threw about 90 pitches. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, too. He gave up just 1 run. He also had, 8 strikeouts, and he walked only 1 man. And by the way, after the game, the Nationals announced that Strasburg would start the first game after the All-Star game. Here's the pitch to Nelson Cruz, low and inside for a ball. And the count 1-2 now. And said that he would keep on pitching until he got to 160 innings this year. And that will be his limit. Once he gets to 160 innings, that'll be it for him this season. Here comes the pitch. Cruz swing and a miss. Struck him out. Alvarez gets him 1-2-3. Actually faced 3 hitters and faced only 3 hitters thanks to a double play ball. So at the end of 5, it's 4-2 Texas Rangers on the Orioles radio network.
The other day,
Next stop could be the sunset over shimmering blue water. If you can't make it to the yard to see the Orioles play, you're just a radio away. Turn on the magic. The Orioles Radio Network. It's just like being there.
All right, we're back at Texas after a 2-hour and 29-minute rain delay. We're about to go into the top of the 6th inning. Rangers are ahead by a score of 4-2. I want to say hello to all of you listening, and in particular on radio station WFRB AM 560 in Frostburg, Maryland. Great to have you with us. After this long rain delay, it's great to have anybody with us. Texas ahead 4-2. Let's get right back to Fred Manfra.
Well, we're here, Joe. Thank you very much.
And for that, I thank you, Fred. Yes.
Scott Feldman has had just 1 3-up, 3-down inning, and 1 inning that he has not gotten a leadoff man on against him. And the Oriole leadoff man here is Ty Wigginton. He skies one foul into the lower deck right side. Wigginton, his last at bat, drove in the first Oriole run of the night. In the 4th, a leadoff double by Markakis, his 27th of the year, and then Wiggy picked up his 45th RBI with a base hit. Scott Feldman has now thrown 72 pitches. 4-2. Texas leading the Orioles, each team with 7 hits. Rangers have left 6, the Orioles 4. And the Feldman delivery to Wigginton pops him up. Shallow center field, looking up into the raindrops is Andrus, the shortstop, and he makes the grab. And just for the second time in this ballgame, leadoff man retired by Feldman. Wigginton 1 for 3. Adam Jones has singled and then lined. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play. So Adams stepping to the box. The Texas Rangers scored all 4 of their runs against Orioles starter Brian Mattis, and they did it in the 3rd inning. A 3-run home run by Guerrero, and Mattis issued a bases-loaded walk to force in the final run of the inning. Orioles with a run in the 4th, the Wigginton base hit. And a Corey Patterson single in the 5th to drive in a run. Here's a strike 1 to Adam Jones. Fastball at the knees. Jones, a .274 average, 13 homers and 37 driven in for the Orioles center fielder. Adam swings and misses at a pitch downstairs. 0-2 to Jones. So far on the road trip, Adams had 8 hits in 29 at-bats. Orioles started this road trip in Boston. Then they went to Detroit. And now game 2 in this 4-game series with Texas. The Orioles won the opener last night 6-4 in a come-from-behind win. The 2-strike delivery to Jones. He fouls it back and out of play toward the press box area. Joe mentioned the 2-hour, 29-minute rain delay. Very early this afternoon, about 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, it started to rain, and at times here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, some of the cities in the surrounding areas getting as much as 2 inches of rain per hour. Came down very hard. Still raining here as we play now. And the delivery to Jones, a breaking ball. He doesn't chase this one. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Adam. Weather supposed to be a chance for showers tomorrow. And then no rain possibilities, according to the weatherman, on Sunday. Final game before the All-Star break for the ball clubs. The 1-2 pitch to the right-handed bat of Jones with 1 out in the 6th. And the Feldman delivery, and Jones reaches for a breaking ball, pops it foul, first base side. Arias over, and it's going to be in the stands and out of his reach. Now, the Orioles have had some extended at-bats against Scott Feldman. Look back to the Nick Markakis at-bat to lead off the 4th. Fouled off several 3-2 pitches before doubling into the right field corner. Ty Wigginton had a very good at-bat before bringing him in. And now Adam Jones fouling off several pitches with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The 6'7" right-hander, Scott Feldman, ready to deal. And the pitch on the way to Jones. And Jones takes a fastball at the knees and did not check his swing as Jones started the hands and couldn't stop. And the strikeout for Feldman. And for Scott Feldman, his very first strikeout tonight, 2 gone for the Orioles. They appealed down to first base umpire Mark Wegner, who said, no, Jones did not check his swing. And so Adam is out number 2. Felix Piet tonight is popped out and grounded out. And the delivery to the Orioles outfielder, a bouncing ball off his foot that rolls down to the first baseman, Arias. I thought it was off his foot, but it not. As PA went down into the batter's box, the way he came down, I thought it was off his foot. Instead, a ground ball to Arias at first. He fields, touches the bag, and now the Orioles have concern about Felix PA as Brian Ebel and Juan Samuel and T-Bone Shelby look to see what's wrong with the Oriole left fielder. Now, we've played 5.5 here in Texas. Rangers 4, Orioles 2 on the Orioles Radio Network. Leaders in the 5th inning, still no word from the clubhouse concerning the Orioles' young catcher. And now Felix PA, after that strange swing and ground ball to first base, has to leave. Jake Fox is now out in left field for the Orioles. So Fox, Jones, and Markakis left to right in the outfield. And Matt Albers, who's done a terrific job in his 2 innings of work, will come out for inning number 3. David Murphy up, and Murphy takes the first pitch for Matt outside. Albers has given up 1 hit. It was an infield hit by Josh Hamilton, but then quickly induced the Benji Molina double play last inning and then struck out Nelson Cruz. The Albers delivered to the outfielder, down and away, 2 balls and no strikes to David Murphy. Hey, Orioles fans, you know this season it's easier than ever to find the seats you want or sell tickets to the games you can't make on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Baltimore Orioles. Go to StubHub.com and choose your seats today. Murphy takes it downstairs for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to David Murphy. Murphy tonight has popped out and walked. He was the first walk of the 8 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone for the starter Brian Mattis in the 3rd inning, and now he draws a walk here in the 6th to start things off for the Rangers, and that will bring up Chris Davis. Davis, who will become the everyday first baseman for the Texas Rangers with that trade of Smoke to the Seattle Mariners and the Cliff Lee deal. He will come up now, get his at bat. So Murphy is at first base. And Arias walked with the bases loaded to force across the 4th run in the 3rd inning. He is pinch hit for now by Chris Davis, big left-handed batter. And the pitch on the way to Davis is a fastball strike. Davis, remember last year, 113 games for the Rangers, 21 home runs, 59 knocked in, hit .238. This year at the AAA level, 354 in 67 games, 10 home runs, and 56 knocked in. Big, strong left-handed batter. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. The throw down by Tatum to second, and safe at second base is Murphy with his 4th steal. Count 0-2 to Chris Davis. Davis has always had just eye-popping numbers at the minor league level. But when he gets to the big leagues, things don't go exactly the same way. He has a runner at second base, nobody down. The 0-2 delivery, a breaking ball low. A ball and 2 strikes. We will see Cliff Lee here tomorrow if all the travel plans work out as the Texas Rangers hope. And Chris Tillman is expected to make the start for the Orioles tomorrow night. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a chopper first base side foul as Davis reached for a pitch down and away. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Still no word from the Oriole clubhouse concerning Matt Wieters, who in that 5th inning rounding second base had the knee go out, it looked like. And then in the top of this 6th, the final out was made by Felix Piet on a ball that from up here looked like it hit off his foot because he went down in a heap in the first base side batter's box. But the ball was a clean ground ball to first, and Piet had to leave the ball game as Ryan Ebel came out of the dugout along with Juan Samuel. The 1-2 pitch, fastball outside, 2-2. So the Orioles have lost 2 of their starters tonight, Wieters and Piet. And as soon as we hear, we will give you the latest update on their condition. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chris Davis. At second base, David Murphy. He walked and stole second. Breaking ball outside, full count now. Started out, quick 2 strikes to the pinch hitter Davis. But now a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Matt Albers looks in to Craig Tatum. The runner at second base, Murphy with his lead. The 3-2 pitch to Chris Davis. Chop first base side. Davis running down the line, picked up by Wigginton. Albers covers the bag, gets the shovel toss from the first baseman for the out, but moving to third base with 1 down, David Murphy. So that one goes 3-1. And now Elvis Andrus will step in. He's 0 for 3. All 3 of his at-bats tonight coming against Oriole starter Brian Mattis, who threw 77 pitches in 3 innings. Gave up the 4 Texas runs on 6 hits. Matt Wieters, we get the word a right hamstring strain for Matt Wieters, and that's why he left the ball game. Still no word about Felix Piet. Infield in for the Orioles with Andrus at the plate and a runner at third base. And the delivery to the right-handed batting shortstop, a looping line drive caught by the first baseman. As Wigginton had to backpedal a couple of steps to reach up and make the grab, so 1 pitch, the second out. And Michael Young will step up. Young tonight a couple of times getting on base, a walk, a single, and a ground out. He was the first Albers batter in the ball game, and he grounded out to third. Remember last night the Texas Rangers did all their scoring through the first 3 innings and then were stymied the rest of the way by the Orioles bullpen. Runner at third base, 2 down now, and the delivery to Young, chop toward third base. Tejada will pick it up, throw to first. He got him. And so again, that runner dies at third base for the Texas Rangers. Nice job done again by Matt Albers. We go to the 7th inning here in Texas. 4-2, Rangers lead the Orioles on the Orioles Radio Network. Craig Tatum will lead off for the Orioles, and in case you're just joining and didn't hear that Matt Wieters had to leave in the 5th inning with that right hamstring strain. Last night it was Tatum behind the plate. He went 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. And of course last night Matt Wieters did not play due to tightness. And apparently it was that hamstring that may have been tight. Tatum swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Koji begins to warm in the Oriole bullpen. 4-2, Texas leading. Scott Feldman has given up 2 runs on 7 hits of the Orioles. Wigginton with an RBI single. Patterson drove in a run with a base hit. That's been the Orioles scoring. By the way, Chris Davis stays in the ballgame. He's at first base. Swing and a miss and an off-speed breaking ball. 0-2 to Tatum. Tatum at .255 batting average, no home runs, 5 knocked in, 12 hits and 51 at bats. Scott Moore on deck for the Orioles. Scott Feldman on the way with his 83rd pitch. It's taken low. A ball and 2 strikes to Tatum. Interesting to see how serious that injury is to Matt Wieters. Of course, the hamstring strain has Luke Scott on the disabled list. Tatum chops it to the first base side of the hill. Feldman fields and runs halfway to first base before underhanding to Chris Davis for out number 1. Scott Moore will step in now. Moore doubled after a Wieters single in the 5th inning. And then Wieters, making that turn from second going to third, went down and made it to third base, but then had to leave the ball game. Scott and several other Orioles today had a neat tour. They went over to the new Dallas Cowboys football stadium. Pitch on the way to the left-handed batting second baseman, breaking ball inside, and the guys had a chance to play a little football, kick some field goals, and Scott Moore, I understand, made one from 35 yards out, but didn't make it from 45. Here's the delivery to Scott, a breaking ball in there for a strike. The guy's teasing with Scott, and he said he's a pretty good field goal kicker. They put him out there a little bit further out, and he missed. But still, what a thrill to kick a field goal in that new ballpark. Here's a pitch outside, and what a stadium it is. This, we talked about the structure here at Rangers Ballpark being a very big facility, just size-wise. That kind of makes this look like a Little League park when you look at the size compared to the two. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a hard shot lined foul, first base side, hits off the wall and then bounces out to the ball person down there, right field side. 2-2 to Scott Moore. Moore, that double for him, his last at bat was his second double as an Oriole this year. Scott playing second base tonight. Moore had an RBI on a home run last night. Outside, 2 balls. Check that, 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Scott. After Scott, it's Cesares Torres. Moore hitting in the 8th hole for Juan Samuel. Orioles trailing 4-2. We're in the 7th inning. The Feldman delivery to Scott Moore. Swing and a miss as Scott Moore took the mighty cut at the off-speed 75-mile-an-hour delivery and strikes out. Second strikeout for Feldman. He struck out Adam Jones on a check swing attempt last inning, and now he gets Scott Moore here for the second out. His Torres is 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a pop out to short. And the pitch on the way to the switch hitting shortstop. Breaking ball finds the plate. 0-1. Corey Patterson waiting on deck. Rain continues to fall here in Arlington, Texas. The 1-strike delivery to his Torres. Line drive left field. Back and moving to his glove side left is Murphy. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. The second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Scott Feldman against the Birds. His third tonight. We go to the bottom of inning number 7 in Texas. Rangers 4, Orioles 2 on the Orioles Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's.
Yeah, I'd like a fish fillet sandwich, but I'd like it in a wrap.
Oh, you mean like Wendy's fish fillet is terrific, because it's real cod from the North Pacific, cooked with a crispy panko breading. The best fish fillet is what you're getting. You mean like that?
No, I meant Wendy's fish fillet wrapped in a flour tortilla.
Oh, coming right up.
Try Wendy's delicious hand-cut cod fish fillet sandwich, now in a wrap. Wendy's.
You know when it's real.
Transmission?
Root canal.
Central valve?
Tow-away zone.
Obedience school. Set. Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Life is full of unexpected expenses.
Study abroad.
An exterminator.
Sleepaway camp.
Engaged.
He fractured what?
Pay for your mother's flight.
Yeah, why? You got a problem with that?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Bank of America can help you be ready for them.
Guitar.
Piano. Tuba lessons.
Twins.
Did what on the new carpet?
Let Bank of America help you build a buffer. Regularly set aside money with automatic transfers from checking to savings. You choose how much money to move and how often.
She made nationals. Great. Where are nationals? Oh.
Automatic transfers to savings. One of the many ways Bank of America can help you stay on budget. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/solutions.
Honey, look, I bought a new vase.
Oops. Nice.
Bank of America N.A. member of FDIC. Copyright 2010 Bank of America Corporation.
The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the magic of Orioles baseball. All season long on the Orioles Radio Network. Feel it happen.
Another outstanding job done by a member of the Oriole bullpen. Matt Albers tonight goes 3 innings. He gives up no runs on 1 hit. Walked 1, struck out 1. So far in this series now for the Orioles. Oriole bullpen, 7 1/3 innings of shutout baseball, allowing the Texas Rangers just 3 hits. Hey, Orioles fans, the 7th inning is brought to you by the Great American Tent Sale at Alpaca Ford White Marsh. Look under the big white tent for big savings on every new Ford going on now at Alpaca Ford White Marsh on Pulaski Highway. So Albers, who pitched the 3 innings, gives way to Koji here in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Kinsler, Guerrero, and Hamilton against the Oriole right-hander. For Koji, game number 10, no decisions. 10 hits in 8 innings with 9 strikeouts and 4 walks. Ian Kinsler 2 for 5 in past at-bats against the right-hander from Japan, now 35 years of age. Koji ready to deal. The pitch on the way to Kinsler, and it's in there for a strike. 84-mile-an-hour delivery. Koji delivers to the right-handed bat of Kinsler. A drive toward left field, but Fox in, now back, and Fox makes the grab. There's Fox, a defensive replacement for Felix PA after PA left the ballgame due to injury. We have yet to hear the injury to Felix. As soon as we get that word, we will give you that information. 1 gone as Kinsler is now 2 for 4 on the night. Vladimir Guerrero had the big hit in the 3rd inning, a 3-run home run off Orioles starter Brian Mattis. He lasted just 3 innings, giving up 4 Texas runs. Here's a high drive deep to right field, but Markakis will make the grab as Nick looks up into the rain and makes the catch for out number 2. That was just a towering fly ball to right field. Josh Hamilton now will step in. Hamilton tonight has an infield hit in 3 at-bats. That extends his home hitting streak to 29 games. 1 shy of tying the record held by Al Oliver. Hamilton brings a .345 batting mark to the plate. Hamilton has had 6 at-bats against Koji, no hits and a strikeout. Hamilton yet to settle into the first base side batter's box. Kind of wiping off the rain from the bat. Hamilton with a very muddy, dirty uniform thanks to his head-first slide to first base. He pulls it foul on the ground. He made a dive on that infield hit to the bag at first base and went skidding on the dirt in the base path. And you can see it on his uniform pants and shirt. 1 strike to the left-handed batting center fielder. Koji's delivery to Hamilton. He loops a fly ball left field base hit. So Hamilton a 2-hit night. Hamilton with that infield hit in the 5th inning extended a hit streak to 8 consecutive games. And now Benji Molina will step in. Molina has walked, singled, scored a run, and then hit into a double play. 4-2 Texas. In case you're wondering why in the world we're still playing baseball at this hour, it was a 2-hour, 29-minute delay to start this ball game due to rain, and the rain let up in intensity, but still coming down here at Texas Stadium. And the delivery to Molina, a strike. Right-handed batting catcher. Molina went 0 for 4 last night. 1 for 2 tonight with that walk. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Hamilton at first base. There he goes. The pitch low and off the glove of Tatum. So Hamilton has a stolen base. His 7th in 8 attempts. And that pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, Koji, even when he throws a fastball, it does not come in with a great deal of speed. He looks back at Hamilton, now the runner at second base. And with 2 down, the pitch to Molina, and he swings and fouls it straight back. A ball and 2 strikes to the Texas catcher. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-2 Rangers. Hamilton with blazing speed standing on the bag at second base. Now walks his lead. Koji ahead of Molina, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 out. And the Japanese right-hander to the plate, and Molina looks at a pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Tatum as he scrambles to his right to block that one. 2-2. Koji takes a walk to the first base side of the pitcher's mound. Now we'll climb to the top of the hill, toe the rubber first base side of the slab, and look into Molina, who has an open stance in the third base side batter's box. Cocks the bat above the right ear. Hamilton with his lead at second base. The 2-out delivery again low and blocked by Tatum. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Molina. If Molina reaches, it'll be Nelson Cruz. Hamilton singled with 2 outs, stole second base. That's where he is right now with a 3-2 count to Molina. With 2 out, the pitch on the way to Molina. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Molina went down on an off-speed delivery. That's the final out. Rangers strand a runner at second base. We move on to inning number 8 here in Texas. Rangers 4, Orioles 2 on the Orioles Radio Network. The Oriole bullpen now 8 1/3 shutout innings against this Texas ball club, giving up just 4 hits over their worked over the past 2 ball games. Scott Feldman continues on for the Texas Rangers. He's thrown 92 pitches, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits. One of the guys who has an RBI base hit against Feldman will lead off for the Orioles. We go to the 8th inning. Here's Joe Angel.
All right, Mr. Mafra, thank you. Let's get something done here. Top of the order. Corey Patterson, Miguel Tejada, Nick Markakis. Feldman, this will be his 93rd pitch of this game. Patterson digs in, and here comes that pitch. And Corey takes it low and inside, ball 1. Patterson has gone 2 for 3 tonight. Had the infield single to get the game started back in the 1st inning. Then he popped out, and then he singled home a run in that 5th inning. Right-hander against left-hander. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Patterson. Headed for the right field corner. A line drive. Going to be extra bases. It's on the track. It's up against the wall. Patterson to second. The throw from Cruz is much too late. It is cut off by the second baseman Kinsler. So Corey Patterson has had a 3-hit night. He's had 2 singles. Now he has doubled to get the 8th inning started. And now here's Miguel Tejada. Right-hander Darren O'Day, by the way, is warming up in the Texas bullpen.
Well, Feliz has also joined him out there.
Neftali, the closer.
We get word a quad strain for Felix PA, and he'll be evaluated, is the way they're putting it out of the Oriole clubhouse.
So for Felix, a quad injury on a swing. And now Rod Washington is coming out to make a pitching change. So here we are on the top of the 8th inning at a 4-2 ball game. Rangers ahead. I mentioned Darren O'Day has been warming up, so he's going to come on to pitch with a base runner at second base and with nobody out. And this call to the bullpen being brought to you by the Diamond Tavern. It's just outside of Camden Yards at the Hilton, Baltimore, right there on the corner of Camden and Utah Streets, where you can visit Baltimore's largest beer garden at the Diamond Tavern. We'll be back with more play-by-play after this.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Guthrie, and whether I'm at home or away, I rely on APX Alarm Home Security to protect my home and family. Call now to get the APX Alarm System with color touch screen installed for only $99, and APX will donate your $99 activation fee to the Orioles Reach Charitable Foundation. Plus, I'll even throw in a personally autographed baseball. Call 888-567-ALARM. Again, that's 888-567-ALARM. 888-567-ALARM. Call now to get the APX alarm system with color touch screen installed for only $99.
In 1934, Lay's classic potato chips were created. Simple, delicious, and always satisfying. Today, they are still made with only 3 simple ingredients: farm-grown potatoes, all-natural oil, and a dash of salt. And since the beginning, the Lay's brand has been supporting local potato farmers across the country with pride. The partnership between American farmers and the Lay's brand has helped create America's favorite chip. That's why Lay's proudly supports American farmers. And here in the Mid-Atlantic, Lay's are the preferred chips of the Baltimore Orioles. Pick up a bag today at your local Food Lion supermarket and check the Lay's display for special offers.
So Scott Feldman leaves after giving up a leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Feldman, 7 innings, 94 pitches thrown. So far, 2 runs, both earned, couple of strikeouts, no walks, and 8 hits to the Orioles. He gives way to the sidewinder, Darren O'Day, who will be facing Miguel Tejada. A reminder that Orioles-Twins game on your schedule, July 24th, you see it as a 4:10 start. It will now be a 7:05 start. The game can be seen locally on Masson 2 HD. Gates to Oriole Park will open at 5 o'clock for season plan holders, and then 5:30 for the general public. For tickets or more details, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. So, with Corey Patterson standing on the bag at second following his 3rd hit tonight, Miguel Tejada will come up with nobody down against O'Day. Let's get back to Joe Angel.
All right, Fred, thank you. Well, we saw Darren O'Day in the ball game last night, so we're going to see him again. Here's Miguel Tejada with a runner at second base and with nobody out. Rangers ahead 4-2. Tejada tonight has had a very slow night with that bat. He's 0 for 3 in this game. O'Day ready and delivers. And he misses inside. With Darren O'Day, as we told you last night, a side armor, a sidewinder, a bit of a submarine kind of a pitcher. Miguel Tejada, 1 ball and no strikes. Last night he came on in the 8th inning, got 2 outs, gave up 1 hit, and was not scored upon. Tejada gets a piece of this one, fouled it away. But Darren O'Day has been very stingy coming out of that Texas bullpen. His last 14 appearances, he's gone 13 2/3 innings without giving up a run. He comes in with a 157 earned run average. He has been part of a very good Texas bullpen, although that certainly was not the case last night. Tejada takes one a little bit low, man. Boy, that was close. But that time Tejada gets the call, so now he's in a good hitter's count at 2-1. Instead of 1-2, it goes to 2-1. And a borderline call, and Tejada got that call.
And that Texas bullpen has been very good, but used very often.
Yeah. Indeed. 2-1 to Miguel. Runner at second base, nobody out. O'Day delivers. There's a breaking ball. Tejada slaps at it and fouls it away off to the right. They count 2-2 now. On the SK scoreboard in the American League, Minnesota lost again. They were beaten by Detroit 7-3. And, of course, that's a big series. Tigers, the division leaders, they lead the White Sox. And Minnesota is now 3 games out in that Central Division race. And today was Justin Verlander winning over Francisco Liriano. Liriano really struggled in that game for Minnesota. And now the 2-2 to Miguel. And again, he gets a piece of it and fouled it away. Also in the American League, Boston, wow, they beat the Blue Jays. I'll say. They beat them 14-3. Red Sox hit 14 runs on 14 hits, including home runs by Hall, Youkilis, Beltre, and Cameron. So the Red Sox ending a 4-game losing streak. And they do it in a big way as John Lester becomes an 11-game winner for the Bo Sox. Here's the pitch. Tejada again gets a piece of it off to the right, a little foul ball. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also in the American League, Cleveland beat Tampa Bay 9-3. So Tampa Bay's 6-game winning streak has come to an end. In that game, Carmona beat James Shields. And Carlos Pena hit number 18 for Tampa Bay, but that one in a losing cause. 2-2 to Miguel. Runner at second base, nobody out. Rangers ahead 4-2. Here comes the pitch, and Tejada gets hit by a pitch. That time it came in on Miguel, and he could not get out of the way, so shades of last night late in the ball game.
Yeah, last night, back-to-back hit batsmen coming in the 8th inning for the Texas Rangers.
We're going to pause here 10 seconds. Station identification on the Oriole Radio Network. And hello again, baseball fans. Joe Angel, Fred Manfro, along with Casey Willett here in Texas. Nice to have you aboard. The fearsome threesome with you. And here's Nick Markakis to try and strike a little fear against his right-hander, Darren O'Day. 2 aboard with nobody out. Texas ahead 4-2. O'Day. He's ready. He delivers. And he picked up a strike on the inside corner.
Well, O'Day has been extremely tough on right-handed batters, as you usually see from sidearmers, but left-handed hitters hitting .325 against this right-hander.
Yeah, that delivery against a left-hand hitter, not nearly as effective. Those lefties pick up that ball real well against this kind of sidearmer. Here comes the next offering. And Markakis' big swing and a foul back, got under it too much. It looked like Nick had a pretty good swing at it, but only got a piece of it, so they count 0-2. Also in the American League, the Chicago White Sox, they just keep on winning as they beat Kansas City 8-2. A.J. Pierzynski with 2 home runs for the White Sox. Chicago has won 6 straight. So they're looking good. Right now they're a half a game behind Detroit in the AL Central. Here's the set again by O'Day. The 0-2 to Markakis. He gets a piece of it and fouled it away. That time the pitcher might have been shoulders high to Markakis, but got a piece of it. Right-hander Pedro Strop has now begun to warm up in the Texas bullpen. And we saw him last night, too. Ron Washington last night went to the bullpen 5 times. Darren O'Day, 0-2 to Nick Markakis. Texas ahead 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning. Nick in this game with a double. He's gone 1 for 3, and he has scored a run. O'Day ready, and here it comes. Fastball just missing inside the ball. Well, that's the hardest pitch that O'Day has thrown. The fans here in Texas felt it should have been a strike, but the replay shows that it was about 6 inches off the plate on the inside. Good call. So Nick with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now O'Day again ready. And again he delivers. And he almost hit Markakis. Wow. That had to miss Markakis by maybe a couple of inches. Boy, Nick just barely got that right leg out of the way. So now it goes to 2-2 to Nick Markakis. Corey Patterson, the base runner at second base. Miguel Tejada is at first base in a 2-run game. And right now there is nobody out. Markakis back in. O'Day at the belt delivers. And there's a high fly ball to shallow, medium deep center. Right there's Hamilton. He will make the catch. And Patterson bluffing at second base. At least he draws the throw. And Hamilton almost threw that ball away. So if you're a base runner in that situation, always a good idea. Go back and bluff it. At least draw that throw. Hamilton fired that ball toward third base and gave the third baseman, Michael Young, a very tough in-between bounce. And, boy, that ball almost got away.
Yeah, Young had to retreat, and as you said, it was a tough bounce. And had that ball been a couple of inches either way, it could have gotten beyond him.
So Nick Markakis on a 2-2 pitch flies out. And now here's Wigginton. Ty in this game 1 for 3. He had that single back in the 4th inning that knocked in a run. Texas ahead 4-2 in the 8th inning. O'Day ready again. Here it comes. Wigginton takes a fastball right down the chute. Called strike. And they count 0-1. In the top of the 10th inning, the Angels have scored a run, and they now lead Oakland 6-5 in the 10th inning. In Oakland, here comes the pitch. A little breaking ball way outside to Wigginton, even up at 1-1. And in the bottom of the 9th inning, the Yankees lead Seattle 6-1, as the Yankees are looking for their 7th consecutive victory. And it looks like Phil Hughes is going to become an 11-game winner. He's going to wind up 11-2 after the Yankees win that game. Here comes the pitch. Way outside to Wigginton, with a count 2-1 now. Yeah, Phil Hughes about to go 11-2. And he is one of 8 Yankee All-Stars this year. That's all. Wigginton waits on a 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Low and outside, ball 3. 3-1. On deck, Adam Jones. Wigginton back in the box. O'Day takes a look. And now the right-hander okays the sign. He's ready. Wigginton waiting. There comes the 3-1. Bouncy ball to third. Could be 2. Young to second. 1. Relay. 2. Double play. Young to Kinsler to Davis. 5-4-3. And the 8th inning is done.
Well, Young made a real neat pickup on that hard shot to third base to start that quick twin killing and end this Oriole threat.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 Texas on the Orioles Radio Network. Now, here come the Rangers. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Texas ahead 4-2. And Koji will go back to work. They've got the bottom of the order coming out to hit. Nelson Cruz leads off here for Texas. Cruz 1 for 3 in this game, a double. And there's a swing and a miss. Okay, they're down on the farm scoreboard from Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms. Final score, Durham beat Norfolk 7-2. Here comes the pitch. Cruz a swing and a miss. And again, Timothy Bascom for Norfolk, not a good night as a starting pitcher. He lasted just 4 1/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, gave up 7 hits, walked a man. He had 3 strikeouts. He took the loss. Cruz bouncing ball to deep third. Tejada right there. And he guns it across the infield too high. Wigginton jumped up, got a glove on it. The ball got behind him, and Cruz is going to be safe. But Tejada just overthrew that one. Either that or it slipped out of his hand.
It looked like he almost wound up to throw it to first base, trying to get a little extra on it, and just sailed.
Well, I think, judging by his reaction, I think that ball slipped out of his hand. But there was no reason to try to overthrow that one. He had plenty of time. The way he was rubbing his fingers together afterward would lead you to believe that maybe that ball slipped out of his hand. I mean, it is raining. It's rained the entire ball game. So that was a wet baseball that Miguel was trying to throw. But that's going to do it for Koji, as the left-hander Will Oman is coming on to pitch. Texas ahead 4-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and this call to the bullpen is brought to you by the Hilton Baltimore. Again, a long fly ball from...
Well, throwing error by Miguel Tejada has allowed Nelson Cruz to reach to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Orioles go to the bullpen. Will Oman will become the 4th Oriole pitcher tonight. Brian Mattis started 3 innings, 4 runs on 6 hits, 77 pitches thrown in his 3 innings. Matt Albert's a terrific job. 3 innings of no-run baseball and just 1 hit. Koji gave up a hit last inning and nothing more. In this inning, the leadoff man reached on the error. But now we go to Will Oman, who goes to work here against the left-handed bat of David Murphy and then the left-handed bat of Chris Davis. Let's find out what happens from Joe Angel.
Thank you. Murphy in this game is 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. So it will be left-hander against left-hander. Cruz at first with nobody out. Oman will go to first too late. As we continue our look at the SK scoreboard, Big one in the National League at Colorado, San Diego against the Rockies. The top two teams in the National League West. Here's the pitch to Murphy, taken outside for a ball. And the Rockies, tonight they beat San Diego. They won that game by a score of 10-8. Adrian Gonzalez for San Diego hit his 18th home run. But the Rockies won that ball game 10-8. So, as a result, here's the pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. And they count 1-1 here to David Murphy. So the Rockies now trail San Diego by just 2 games in that Western Division race. Colorado playing real good baseball right now. Remember, they just swept the St. Louis Cardinals in a 3-game series. There's the next offering just off the outside corner. So the Rockies have won 5 straight, and they've won 9 of the last 11 games they played. And as we said, now they're just a couple of games out. By the way, this season, they've gone 7-3 against San Diego head-to-head. And those are the top 2 teams in that division right now. Oman with a 2-1 pitch. Little breaking ball, nubbed foul right there at the plate. That ball came up and hit Murphy. So they count 2-2. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Dodgers lead the Cubs 9-5. Final score, Florida beat Arizona 3-2 behind Ricky Nolasco. He becomes a 9-game winner. Milwaukee beat Pittsburgh 5-4 in 10 innings. That game in Milwaukee. Here comes the 2-2 pitch and fouled away over toward the on-deck circle. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Milwaukee winning, they end a 5-game losing streak. St. Louis today, they beat Houston 8-0. Wainwright becomes a 13-game winner. Adam Wainwright is now 13-5 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now the Cardinals ending a 3-game losing streak. There's a hard hit ball past first base. Wigginton couldn't get to it. That ball is in the right field corner. Now Cruz is going to be going to third base and going to be held up right there on a double off the bat of David Murphy into that right field corner. They bring in the lefty, and the lefty gets a big double. And with the Rangers ahead 4-2 now, they got runners on second and third with nobody out as they try to pad the lead. Boy, Wigginton had just come off the bag, and that ball was hit real hard inside the bag at first base. Wigginton then diving toward the bag, but he came up short.
Well, Murphy's hit left-handed pitching fairly well this year, and that for him is his 15th two-bagger.
And now with another left-hander coming up to hit, the Orioles are going to bring the infield in. Here's Chris Davis, who made his Texas debut earlier tonight when he came out as a pinch hitter. So Ullman will work to him. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball, left center. That'll drive in a run. Over is Fox. He will make the catch. Tagging is the base runner Cruz. He'll come in. It is now 5-2 Texas. Well, that's a good job of hitting there. He come up with runners on second and third and the infield in. He got to somehow get the ball out of the infield. And Davis got a ball that he could lift, and that's what he did. And now Samuel comes out to make a pitching change. They've got the top of the order coming up to hit now. And so Samuel will take the ball from the left-hander Will Oman. And it'll be Frank Mata coming on to pitch.
I want to tell you about a couple of dates coming up for the Orioles at Oriole Park at Camden Yards after the All-Star break. The first night when the Orioles return next Friday night, the Toronto Blue Jays in town, and at 7:05, that'll be the start of that ball game. After the games, hang around. It's a fireworks Friday night. And then Sunday, the first 10,000 kids 14 and under at the Yard will be able to enjoy receiving a replica Orioles batting helmet. So bring all your family in.
A game in 6 days. The last time he did pitch was in the game at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. So here's Elvis Andrus, top of the order, right-hand hitter. And Mata delivers. Fastball in there for a call strike. Caught the outside edge. And set fastballs. Talked about 83. It looked pretty straight. Maybe a cut fastball. Elvis Andrus in this game is 0 for 4. Texas ahead 5-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mata. Right-hander looks in, says yes. Andrus waits. And Mata with the 0-1 delivery. This one low and outside the ball. On deck is Michael Young. I mentioned Elvis Andrus in this game is 0 for 4, but lately he's been getting a lot of base hits. Coming in his last 15 games, hitting about 350 in those games. Here comes the pitch. Little bouncy ball. Wigginton behind first base, backed up, cradles it, dropped it, picked it up, no throw. Well, Wigginton got caught in between. On the plate, Murphy winds up at third. Little chopper behind the bag at first. Wigginton initially came in on the ball, then backed up, trying to get the good bounce, but the ball handcuffed him as he tried to cradle that ball. It did get away, and by the time he retrieved it, he had no play.
Now the second error of the ball game for the Orioles, the second this inning committed by the Birds.
Yep, and now here's Michael Young. Texas ahead 5-2. Young has had a walk, he's had a single, and a couple of ground outs. And tonight he has scored a run. Michael Young in the top 10 in the American League in runs scored. In fact, I think he's 9th in the league in runs scored. The Rangers have several of those guys score a lot of runs. And here he is against Frank Mata with runners on first and third and a run in. And here it comes. This one is at the knees. That's a call strike. David Murphy, after his double, he is now at third. Andrus, after the error on Wigginton, is now at first. Up the middle, Cesar Asturis and Scott Moore looking to end the inning with a double play ball. And now here comes the 0-1. There goes the runner at first. The pitch is outside, and Tatum does not make a throw. So Andrus is at second base. And it should be a stolen base.
Yeah, it says 23rd.
All right, it will be a stolen base. So now Young out there with 2 runners in scoring position. And let's see what they do. They're going to walk him. You got Ian Kinsler, a right-hand hitter, coming up to hit next. And Kinsler could hit into a double play that could end the inning, because the intentional walk does set up the potential inning-ending double play. So Young gets the intentional pass, and Kinsler, who does have a couple of hits here tonight, will come up to hit. Of course, every time I see Ian Kinsler, who's on deck, think about the game he had against the Orioles and that was last year when he hit for the cycle against the Orioles, but it wasn't just any cycle that he hit against the Orioles. That was a cycle in which he had 6 hits. You don't see that too often. A 6-hit cycle. Did that against the Orioles last year.
It seems in that series the Orioles couldn't get him out at all.
No. Rick Kranitz comes out for a quick visit. I think Cranny is saying to Mata right now, hey, Frank, I think it'd be a real good idea if you get this guy to hit into a double play. Keep the ball down. Throw him that good sinker. Make him hit the ball on the ground. Let's get out of this thing and stay in this game. Texas ahead 5-2. Well, Kinsler, over his career against the Orioles, is about a 360 hitter. So they've always had difficulty getting him out. You mentioned Kinsler in this game has gone 2 for 4. So Mata at the belt and delivers, and Kinsler sends a high fly ball into the left field corner, angling over his Fox near the foul line to make the catch. So that'll drive in a run. There's runner at third base tagging up as Murphy, and so it's now 6-2 Texas, as they've scored twice here in the 8th inning on a couple of sacrifice flies. Well, that'll give Vladimir Guerrero a chance to hit with 2 outs. Mata delivers to Vladimir. There's a high drive into left center. Way back is Jones. On the warning track, he reaches up and he makes a backhanded catch. So Guerrero, a long fly ball out. But they get 2. And now we head to the 9th inning at Texas with the Rangers ahead 6-2 now on the Orioles radio network.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's.
It's just like being there.
Here we go, back in Texas, and now the Orioles are going to have Jones, and then Fox, and then Tatum coming out to hit. And they're going to do it against Neftali Feliz, who is an all-star for the Texas Rangers, only a rookie, having an outstanding season. So even though this is not a save situation, Feliz out there to get some work. He's had 23 saves this season. That, by the way, for the Texas Rangers, is a club rookie record. 23 saves for Neftali Feliz. Pitch on the way to Jones, lined over second. That's a base hit to the gap in right center. Coming over is Cruz to cut the ball off, and it gets it back into second base.
Now, Feliz has had 25 save opportunities, so he's only blown 2 saves this year. And as you say, just what, the 3rd rookie Ranger to ever go to an all-star game.
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal season. He's made 42, let's check that. He's made 18 appearances. I checked that, 30, I can't see this, too dark.
It's too early, too.
See, they built this ballpark, and they put no lighting in the booth. He's made 38 appearances. He's picked up those 23 saves. And now Fox takes a little bit low and outside for a ball. Feliz in 38 games. Comes in at 292 earned run average. He's had 48 strikeouts. And there's a big swing in the foul bag. He's had 48 strikeouts. No, check that. He's had 41 strikeouts in 37 innings.
Need a flashlight?
I can't see this stuff. This guy's had a whole bunch of strikeouts, man. He's had more strikeouts than innings pitched. Here comes the pitch. Fox is the dribbler. Pass Feliz out to second base. Up with the ball is Kinsler. He'll get the ball to Andrus at second base to get the lead runner by maybe a step. Boy, Adam Jones almost beat that throw. So Fox is going to be safe on the fielder's choice. Jones is retired 4-6. And now it'll bring up Tatum. Let's see what else I can screw up on Feliz. Opponents against Feliz hitting only 182 this year. In other words, this guy's been real tough to hit.
He's only 22 years of age, out of the Dominican Republic.
Yep, he's 42 years of age.
No,
he's
22.
22 years, okay. And now Tatum a swing and a miss. Yeah, for some reason, when they built this ballpark, whoever designed it, or the architect, felt that there were no lights needed in the broadcast booth.
Well, they're all to the back of the room.
Right. And there's a shot toward right field. That's a base hit. So Jake Fox is going to stop at second. Now, good job there by Tatum. Right now, the Orioles in need of a bunch of base runners, and so Tatum gives him another base runner. So 2 aboard with only 1 out. And now we'll see what Scott Moore is up to here.
Yeah, Tatum not taking a huge swing, just trying to make contact with the baseball.
Well, as they say, he placed it beautifully with about a 3/4 swing out there. And now here's Moore, who tonight 1 for 3. He had a double back in the 5th inning. And now it'll be right-hander against left-hander. Texas ahead 6-2 in the top of the 9th inning. 1 more base runner. And the tying run comes up to hit. Feliz is ready. And the pitch. Low for a ball. Well, the other day we saw the Detroit closer come into a ball game in a non-save. and did not pitch well. Moore swings here, and he fouled it back towards us.
Yeah, and he's headed to the All-Star game, Valverde.
Yeah. Sometimes a closer comes into a game. Although if you're a rookie like this kid Neftali Feliz, that should not be the case. But sometimes you just can't help it. Just not the same feeling. No save. Got a 4-run lead. And now Feliz again delivers. This one misses up and away for a ball. Now Scott with 3 home runs. Scott Moore. And, of course, one of his home runs in the ball game last night. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swings late, and he missed. Fastball there at 94. It was elevated. Might have been a 4-seam fastball. And Moore just couldn't catch up to it. So 2-2 now to Scott Moore. And now Feliz ready again. And the youngster again sets. He'll check the runners and now delivers. And this time Moore gets a piece of it. Fouled it back.
That time was a 96-mile-an-hour heater a little bit upstairs.
So that time Feliz was able to elevate the velocity, in a manner of speaking. 2-2 now to Scott Moore. Now Feliz ready and delivers again. Where'd that miss?
Whoa.
Wow. Looked like he threw him either a changeup or a breaking ball. He was talking about 78, and as we get a look at the replay, you know what? He made a good call. It was a breaking ball, and it was about 8 inches off the plate.
Yeah, from our angle, though, up here, it looked like a pretty good pitch.
Well, the catcher, Molina, was set up away, and he caught that ball outside, but it looked good, but it wasn't. So now 3-2, and here comes the pitch. Fastball, he walked him. How about that? So there's that third base runner. And now, indeed, Cesar Izturis, who is in the on-deck circle, he is heading back for the dugout. It looks like
Josh Bell.
Bell is going to come up as the pinch hitter. Well, that first Oriole walk of the game is brought to you by Boardwalk Fresh Burgers and Fries. You know, they're never frozen burgers. They're handmade every day. And they're world-famous fries. They're fresh cut, and they're made to order. So come by and see in Cockeysville, also in Lansdowne, and now open in College Park.
Now Mike Maddox goes out to talk to Feliz. Josh Bell, who's headed back to AAA after this ball game. Chris Tillman will be brought up to make the start tomorrow. And Josh Bell, who has had 3 hits and 14 at-bats with 7 strikeouts in his big league time, will come up now as a pinch hitter.
So if he hits a grand slam, does he still go back?
I think so. But then again, you don't know with what's going on with Felix PA and everything.
I'd like to find out. There comes the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Fastball at 97, and Bell couldn't find it. The count 0-1. Although he did take a pretty good rip at it. Texas ahead 6-2. 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. This one too low. So Fox is at third base. Tatum is the runner at second base. And Scott Moore, after his base on balls, is at first. And the pitch on the way. Bell, big swing and a miss again. Fastball at 96 that time. 1-2 now to Josh Bell. On deck is Corey Patterson. And the right hitter, Neftali Feliz, has pitched himself into a jam here. With the Rangers ahead 4-2. Feliz ready again. As he delivers, fastball, this one down and away. That time at 97. Go 2-2 now to Josh Bell. Well, that fastball started over the middle of the plate, and then all of a sudden just darted away from the left hand hitting Josh Bell. So now 2-2 to the Oriole pinch hitter. Now Felice is ready. He'll check the runners and now delivers 2-2. This time he gets a piece of it and fouled it away. Back to a fastball at 97 that Bell fouled away. Well, it has rained throughout the entire game. We had a 2:29 delay before the game ever started. And now it's come down Josh Bell with a count of 2-2. Felice ready and delivers a high fastball. So now 3-2 to Bell. Something has to give here. And now Felice toes that first base side of the pitching rubber. Bell with that wide open stance. Switch hitter hitting left-handed. Texas ahead 6-2. Felice is ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, a swing and a miss. He swung at ball 4. Fastball at 97. And of course at 97, if you're the hitter, you don't have a whole lot of time to make up your mind. But he chased a ball that was at least maybe 10 inches off the plate on the inside.
Yeah, Molina had to go all the way across the body with a glove toward the belt buckle of Bell to make the catch of that.
So Bell was patient, at least until it got to 3-2. So now Patterson will come up to hit with 2 outs. Boy, that was a huge swing and a miss right there. So Patterson tonight has had 3 hits. So obviously tonight he has seen the ball well. He's had 2 singles, a double. He's gone 3 for 4. Here comes the pitch. Patterson hits it deep but foul off to the right.
You kind of figure this might be an interesting matchup. Patterson likes the fastball. Felice is a good one. And Patterson likes those pitches up in the zones. And he got one to hit there but pulled it.
Well, Patterson coming into the game just 2 hits in his last 18 at-bats. Tonight, he's had 3 hits in this game alone. And now the 0-1 delivery, very high, but with a breaking ball. And that one to Patterson about shoulders high. Even up 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Miguel Tejada, but there are 2 outs. Texas ahead 6-2, 9th inning, but Corey Patterson out there represents the would-be tying run. And now Felice takes a little bit too much time, and Corey backs away.
Now Felice has thrown 22 pitches this inning.
Patterson back in. 1-1 the count. And here it comes. Dribbled foul into the lower deck, just over the on-deck circle. So now the Orioles are down to the last strike. Fox at third. Tatum is out there at second. Scott Moore is at first base with 2 outs. And Felice will knock some of the mud off his spikes. And now rubs his pitching hand on top of the pitcher's mound to dry it off. And now the right-hander looks in. 1-2 to Patterson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Felice ready and delivers. Patterson, look out, a high inside fastball that Corey had to duck underneath of to avoid getting hit by that pitch.
And Felice looked like he tried to reach back for something extra, but came in at 95 and at the coconut of Corey Patterson.
So here we go, 2-2 to Corey. And here we go again. Felice will deliver. Popped him up back toward the booth back here. It winds up in the second deck, just to the left of home plate. And now Benji Molina goes out to talk with Neftali Felice. I threw him a fastball there. The conversation continues out there at the pitcher's mound. And now Molina, after a couple of final words, will give Felice a couple of friendly taps. And now Molina heading back behind home plate. Meanwhile, Corey Patterson standing on the outer edge of the hitting circle in the dirt area. And now back toward the batter's box. He will dig in. The count 2-2. Felice takes a look. Quickly says yes. And he'll set. Here it comes. Fly ball, right field, deep. This one could go. This ball is on its way. Wave it bye-bye. Corey Patterson into the upper deck in right field. Has grand slammed, and this game is tied deep in the heart of Texas. Wow. What a moment. Corey Patterson, his first career grand slam, and we are starting over again in the top of the ninth inning.
And we like that matchup, fastball pitcher, and Corey, who has had his bat on the beam tonight, gets his fourth hit of the night, and what a big one.
Wow. And now Riley Washington comes out to make a pitching change. Well, it wasn't a save situation for Neftali Feliz, the All-Star. So it's not a blown save, because it wasn't a save situation, but it could be a blown game. So we'll take a break here in the top of the ninth inning. Back with more play-by-play right after this.
As far back as anyone can.
Consecutive night, the Orioles jump on the Texas bullpen. And tonight, against the All-Star closer, Feliz for the Texas Rangers, as the Orioles, with the 4 runs here in the top of the ninth, Corey Patterson with a grand slam to tie it against the young man, the 22-year-old, who's headed to Anaheim to be one of those Texas representatives in the All-Star game. Let's take a look at the SK out-of-town scoreboard as we sit tied 6-6, top of the ninth with 2 down, and it was down to the final strike for Corey Patterson with 2 out and the bases jammed, and he ripped it up into the upper deck here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Bottom of the ninth inning now in Seattle, and the Yankees with a 6-1 lead over the Mariners as the Yankees look for that win, even though they lost the pitcher today, as Cliff Lee will be pitching against the Orioles here tomorrow as a member of the Texas Rangers. They didn't have to face him tonight in Seattle, but they also thought they might get him to pitch for their staff earlier in the day. It didn't happen. Here's Miguel Tejada. Let's get back to Joe Angel.
Right, is Pedro Strop. We saw him in the ballgame last night as Tejada takes outside for a ball. Strop really in the ballgame last night was the only Texas reliever to actually get the job done. He came on in the ninth inning and got the Orioles 1-2-3. Right-hander Pedro Strop to Miguel Tejada, who in this game is 0 for 3. Has also been hit by a pitch, and now he swings into a little foul tip. Corey Patterson with a grand slam, and that home run call is brought to you by Chapin Davis, the oldest and largest full-service investment company based in Baltimore. Your hometown trusted investment firm can be reached at 800-222-3246 or at chapindavis.com. Tejada lines a base hit to right field. That time he got a breaking ball away, and Tejada went with it. So Tejada gets aboard with a 2-out single. And now here's Nick Markakis. Well, it all began. Adam Jones a single. And then Jake Fox bounced into a force play. Then Tatum a single to the opposite field. And then Scott Moore got a walk on a 3-2 pitch. And then Bell on a 3-2 pitch struck out on what would have been ball 4 on a pitch well off the plate. But then Patterson, with 2 strikes, hit the grand slam. And now Markakis, a big swing and a miss. Nick with a double tonight. He's gone 1 for 4. And boy, the way Markakis swung the bat there, it looked like he was trying to find the seats. Nice aggressive swing. So Nick back in. Strop sets and he'll deliver. Markakis hits a shot, a fair ball just inside the bag at third. So that ball is heading for the corner. Murphy will chase it down. And there goes Tejada. He's going to stop at third base. A double by Markakis. His second double of the night. And now the Orioles have the lead run and maybe the winning run at third base. And Markakis is also in scoring position at second.
And here's a guy we've seen making a lot of visits to the mound. Mike Maddox trying to settle down Strop. No action starting in the bullpen for the Texas Rangers, as we've seen a lot of Texas bullpen pitchers in this series so far, and not very many of them being very effective. As Maddox, a long visit with his young right-hander. The Orioles have the go-ahead run at third base in the person of Miguel Tejada, and Nick Markakis standing out at second base for Ty Wigginton.
So last night, Strop, when he came out, he got him 1-2-3. He struck out Tejada. He got Markakis on a line drive out, and he got Wigginton. Actually, he got Cesar Izturis on a ground out. So tonight, a different night. Now here's Wigginton with 2 outs. Infield backed up all the way here. We're tied up at 6-6 in the top of the 9th inning. Strop ready, and he delivers. Wigginton takes a little bit too low. 1 ball and no strikes. Wigginton tonight 1 for 4. His only hit came in the 4th inning and knocked in a run. That was after a double by Markakis. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Wigginton this time will take a called strike and a breaking ball. Runners on second and third, 4 runs in, tie ball game, 9th inning. Wigginton a chance to put the Orioles ahead. And here comes the 1-1 delivery. Fastball is low and outside for ball 2. That one not even close. So the Orioles here in the 9th inning have now sent 9 men up there to hit. And now the right-hander again is ready. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Fastball is low again. 3-2 to Ty Wigginton. Took that 3-1, I beg your pardon. 3-1 to Wigginton. Strop again takes a look. Well, he's seen fastballs. He's got 2 in a row. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. The breaking ball, he walked him. So that time with a breaking ball on 3-1, and again Wigginton will get the base on balls. And for the second time in the inning, the Orioles have the bases loaded. And for the second time in the inning, Adam Jones comes up to hit. Remember, he began the inning with a base hit.
Now, Dustin Nippert, who we saw warming very early in this ball game, begins to throw once again in the bullpen for Texas.
Well, Adam Jones, who has hit 6 home runs in his last 20 games, digs in with 2 outs. And again, right-hander against right-hander.
Jason Bergen is still throwing for Baltimore.
And here comes the pitch. Fastball, a swing and a miss. Boy, it looked like a pretty good fastball to hit, too. It was somewhat elevated, but Jones couldn't catch up to it.
Now, Jason Birkin throwing in the Oriole bullpen.
And Adam Jones, 2 hits here tonight. He's had 2 singles. So he's gone 2 for 4. In a hole, 0-1. Strop delivers. This time a breaking ball, and Jones waves at it. Bad swing, and they count 0-2. That's that pitch that for Jones has been his nemesis this season. A breaking ball low and away. And my guess, he's going to see another one. He's back in there. 0-2 the count. And now the right-hander again at the belt. Here it comes. There's the breaking ball, but he bounces it to short, coming on Andrews. Fields it, throws it, gets him, and the side retired. So the Orioles, interesting. They hit a grand slam in the inning, but they also leave the bases loaded in the inning. But this game is tied. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 6-6 game on the Orioles Radio Network. All right, here we go. Hello again, baseball fans. How you doing? What a ball game here tonight. Joe Angel, Fred Manfred, Casey Willett with you. And now the Rangers come up. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be right-hander Jason Birkin coming on to pitch. Orioles at bullpen again. A good job tonight. So Koji came in. He gave up a run. And then Oman came on. He gave up a run. Before that, though, Albers had gone 3 scoreless. And now Jason Birkin, we saw him last night, came out of the bullpen in the 8th inning and got him 1-2-3 with a strikeout. So he goes to work on Josh Hamilton to get the bottom of the 9th inning started. And this is not the guy that you want to see in this situation. Tie ball game, 9th inning. Birkin delivers. Hamilton takes it up and away for a ball. Hamilton, Molina, and Cruz against Jason Birkin. And now Birkin again delivers. Hamilton lines a base hit to right center. That ball heading for the gap over Markakis to cut the ball off, and then quickly gets it back into second base. So holding Hamilton to a single, his third hit tonight.
Yeah, all in succession. They retired him his first 2 at-bats, but not since. And here comes Molina, who hit into a double play earlier in the ballgame.
So I would imagine he's going to be bunting here. Tie ball game, bottom of the 9th inning. Well, Molina's had one sacrifice this year. Miguel Tejada very shallow at third base. He's looking for a bunt. Now think about it. If he swings away, and if he does hit the ball on the ground, and we saw that earlier tonight, it's going to be a double play if he hits the ball right at somebody.
Well, last night in his first at-bat, Molina put down that sacrifice in the second inning.
Yeah. So the first, Hamilton back inside. Now Birkin ready again. And the right-hander again will go to first base. And again, Hamilton diving back in safely. Now, Molina tonight has had a walk. He's had a single. He has grounded into a double play, and he has struck out. But again, Miguel Tejada very shallow at third base. Birkin okays the side. He quickly sets. He delivers. Molina squares, and he bunts it airborne, and Wigginton catches it as he made his way toward the plate. Wow. Molina tried to lay down a bunt. He got under it too much, and he pops out. And now it'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Well, Cruz tonight been on base a couple of times. He's doubled, and he was also on base on a Tejada error. Go to first again, too late. Remember, Texas led this game 4-2. And then they came up to hit in the bottom of the 8th inning, picked up 2 more, what looked like padding. They scored twice on a couple of sacrifice flies. And now Birkin delivers to Cruz, who takes the ball in the dirt.
Yeah, 2 unearned runs in that 8th inning.
And of course, it was Nelson Cruz who hit the ball to Miguel Tejada at third base. Miguel then threw the ball away. That's how the inning began. And that's how they scored a couple of unearned runs. And then Corey Patterson with a grand slam with 2 outs and 2 strikes tied the game in the top of the inning. So to first again, this time Hamilton is back in there standing. Nelson Cruz, 11 home runs. This guy's dangerous. Remember when the season began, he hit 7 home runs in the first 11 games. There's the throw to first, and again too late. And again, Hamilton having a lunge back in there quickly.
Well, the last time Hamilton got on, he stole his 7th base of the season.
And now Birkin sets again. Here comes a pitch and a big swing and a foul bag. I'll tell you one thing, Cruz had one thing on his mind right there, and that's to maybe find the upper deck in left field. He took a big rip. Well, it's even up 1 ball and 1 strike. Bergen will take a glance at Hamilton. And now the right-hander delivers. And there's another big swing on a foul back, that time at a breaking ball. That time you can see he recognized the breaking ball. He started to swing and then recognized the breaking ball and then held up just a little bit and then swung the bat and only got a piece of it. And now Cruz in the hole at 1-2. Birkin, again, a quick toss to first, too late. Birkin did a real good job on Hamilton, and at the same time, getting ahead of Nelson Cruz at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hamilton again getting his lead. And now Birkin ready. And he delivers. Cruz a bouncing ball foul outside third base. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes. On the SK scoreboard, In the bottom of the ninth inning, the Yankees lead Seattle 6-1. Mark Teixeira in that game with 2 home runs for the Yankees, number 16 and 17. Birkin again ready. 1-2 to Cruz. And here it comes. Bouncy ball. Tejada's got it. He'll go to second. Out. Here's the relay. Bounces in. Too late to get the double play. And Scott Moore to get nothing on that relay throw. And threw that ball to Wigginton on a bounce. But they do get the lead runner, and that's out number 2.
Hamilton came in pretty hard at second base on Scott Moore. Had to kind of jump and really did not get much velocity on that throw to Wiggy. And still life here in the bottom of the ninth for the Texas Rangers.
And now here's David Murphy coming up to hit with 2 outs. We'll try to give you a station break here. Tie ball game, 6-6, bottom of the ninth inning. That's why you love a guy like Hamilton. He plays the game real hard, real fast. He got to the second base bag quickly enough to break up that double play, just like he's supposed to. And now Birkin will deliver to Murphy. Picks up a strike on the outside corner. Murphy tonight, couple of walks and a double. He's gone 1 for 2. Well, the outfield right now playing no doubles out there against Murphy. Here comes the pitch. A high fastball. We'll pause here 10 seconds. Station ID on the Orioles Radio Network. Here now, Birkin sets again, and here comes the pitch. This one bounces in. It gets past Tatum. And there goes Cruz into second base and into scoring position with 2 outs. That'll be a wild pitch. In the dirt, Tatum tried to smother it, but the ball got away. Anytime the catcher gets a breaking ball, generally when the ball hits the dirt, then it bounces in the opposite direction. And that's exactly what happened there. Although Tatum did get a glove on that ball, it did bound away. And a wild pitch. And now Rick Kranitz comes out for a quick conversation. The count to Murphy, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Chris Davis, another left-hand hitter, is on deck. The first base is open now. So it could be Rick Kranitz talking about the possibility of walking Murphy with 2 outs. That would set up a force in any of 3 bases, which would make it easier for the defense. Remember, too, Birkin is behind David Murphy at 2 balls and 1 strike. So it's a good hitter's count. And we'll see what they do. As the plate umpire, Jerry Meals, goes out to break up that conversation. Kranitz now back in the Oriole dugout. And you'll see Tatum, he's going to crouch. And they're going to continue to pitch to David Murphy. The count 2-1. And now Birkin ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball picks up the outside corner. Murphy is really unhappy about that call. He thought it was well outside. So the count 2-2 now. Murphy got that high sock look, that wide open stance. Birkin quickly sets now the pickoff at second base as Lugo had snuck in behind the base runner, but Birkin just spun around and held the ball. 2-2 to David Murphy, bottom of the ninth inning. If you just tuned in, Corey Patterson, a grand slam to tie the game in the ninth inning. But now the winning run is at second base. There comes a 2-2 delivery just off the outside corner as Birkin tried to go out there again. And now the count 3-2. Now Birkin, standing tall, looks in, says yes. Checks out Cruz. And now delivers 3-2. Breaking ball, lined foul off to the left. And now they're going to call interference, I think, on the catcher. Maybe on that swing, it could be that Tatum interfered. So there goes Murphy. He's going to be awarded first base. Yep, it'll be a catcher's interference. So charge Tatum with an error as he reached out. And as Murphy swung the bat, he made contact with Tatum's glove.
Well, Chris Davis will get his second at bat. Earlier today, he was a AAA player.
Well, left-hand hitter. Birkin with 2 aboard and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, a ball. Well, Davis has had 2 plate appearances. He's had 1 official at bat. Out on a ground out. And then on his second plate appearance, he had a fly ball to pick up an RBI, a sac fly. So therefore, no official at bat. Birkin behind 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up and away. They count 2-0. Tie ball game, bottom of the 9th inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Nelson Cruz is the winning run at second base. And the count to Davis, 2 balls and no strikes. Birkin ready again. He'll check Cruz and out delivers. A breaking ball is fouled away. So he got behind 2-0. He did not give in to Davis. Threw him a breaking ball on 2-0. And now Davis gets back in the batter's box. Nelson Cruz out there at second base getting his lead. Birkin okays the sign. And again, the right-hander delivers. And he delivers a knee-high strike, another breaking ball. So he got the breaking ball 2-0, and he got the breaking ball 2-1. Davis back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Birkin checks on Cruz again. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Another breaking ball lifted to left. It should be caught. Fox is there. Under it. Makes the catch. And we are heading into extra innings here in Texas. Tied up at 6-6 on the Orioles Radio Network.
The Baltimore.
Okay, back in Texas. Here we go. Top of the 10th inning in a 6-6 game, and back with the play-by-play as we have another pitching change here at the ballpark. Let's get right back to Fred Manfred.
It'll be right-hander Dustin Nippert, Joe. Thank you very much. Nippert in his 27th game. He's 3-3 with a 5.31. 50 hits in 40 2/3 innings. The league hits .307 against this right-hander, and Jake Fox will be the first Oriole hitter to bat against Dustin Nippert. Fox was aboard along with Craig Tatum and Scott Moore in the 9th inning when Corey Patterson hit the grand slam with 2 out and 2 strikes to tie the ball game. And we're now in the 10th. Fox swings and misses. Strike 1 at a high fastball. 0-1. Orioles have seen Brian Mattis, Matt Albers, Koji, Oman, Mata, Birkin work for them tonight. Breaking ball high, a ball and a strike. For the Rangers, Feldman, O'Day, Feliz, Strop, and now Nippert. 6-6 ball game. 13 hits for the Orioles, 10 for the Texas Rangers. Ball 2 low, 2 balls, 1 strike. 12 left on base for the Texas Rangers, 8 by the Orioles. The Orioles, for a second consecutive night, have committed 3 errors in the ball game. The delivery to the right-handed bat of Fox. Here's a strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fox went in when Felix Pie left the ball game with an injury. Matt Wieters has also left this ball game with an injury. The 2-2 pitch to the right-handed bat of Jake Fox, and it's low, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Told you about Nippert's numbers, 40 2/3 innings, 50 hits, 38 strikeouts, but 29 walks. 3-2 pitch, and a foul off the foot of Jake Fox, and the count remains 3-2. Fox, Tatum, and then Scott Moore for the Orioles here in the 10th inning. In this game, it's been a long night at the ball yard here at Ranger Ballpark in Arlington, Texas. We had a 2-hour, 29-minute rain delay at the start of the ball game. Right now it's about 10 after 2 Eastern time. And the delivery on the way, 3-2 to Fox, and a check swing and a foul out of play off to the right side. In extra inning ball games this year, the Orioles 5 wins, 3 losses. They're 4-1 at the yards, 1-2 on the road. Meanwhile, the Rangers are 1-2 here and 4-1 away from the ballpark that they call home. And the 3-2 pitch, high drive, deep to left field. Going back is Murphy. He looks up. It's gone. Home run for Jake Fox, and the Orioles have the lead here in the 10th inning. 7-6. That ball just got over the wall as Jake Fox powered it out of here. And the Orioles, who got the grand slam from Corey Patterson in the 9th, get the leadoff home run from Fox in the 10th, his 3rd home run. And it was a shot that just kept climbing out of here, and the Orioles have the lead, 7-6. Wow. Craig Tatum will step in now. In the delivery from Nipper, Tatum lines it down the right field line. A base hit goes into the right field corner. Tatum around first. He will stop there as Cruz digs the ball out of the corner in right field. Well, that home run call is brought to you by Chapin Davis, the oldest and largest full-service investment company based in Baltimore. Your hometown trusted investment firm can be reached at 800-222-3246 or at chapindavis.com. So a leadoff home run by Jake Fox. And the Orioles now with a 1-run, 7-6 lead here in the 10th, followed by a Craig Tatum single to right field off Dustin Nippert. Scott Moore will step in now. Right-hander Doug Mathis begins the warm for the Texas Rangers. And with Moore showing bunt, it's bunted third base side foul. And in quickly is Michael Young, the third baseman. He was in about a third of the way, anticipating the sacrifice bunt. So Jake Fox goes deep. And the Orioles, for a second consecutive night, overcome a 4-0 Texas lead in the ball game. And then it was a 6-2 Texas lead. But the grand slam in the 9th, and now a home run here in the 10th. The Orioles have the 7-6 lead. And the pitch to Moore, he bunts it out in front of the plate. Coming down off the mound is Nippert. He throws to first to get Moore, but down to second base goes Tatum. So the sacrifice, 1-3 for Scott Moore. Julio Lugo will get his first at bat of the night. So Jake Fox hitting his 3rd Orioles home run. And the Orioles, on this long night of baseball, now have the 1-run advantage. And Julio Lugo will get his first at bat of the night. Lugo hitting .263. Lugo came in to play shortstop in the bottom of the 9th inning. Out at second base is Tatum, and delivery to Lugo, and he takes a strike at the knees. For Fox, his 3rd Oriole home run, and overall on the year for Fox, his 5th. Julio awaits the delivery from Nippert with a runner at second base and 1 out, and it's taken low. Lugo, on this road trip, has had a nice trip. In 25 at-bats, he's had 10 hits, including 3 runs knocked in. Cesar Torres in his 4 at-bats without a hit tonight. And Nippert's delivery on the way to Lugo, a breaking ball swing and a miss as Julio Lugo cut at a pitch that was breaking about letters high. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count now to the Orioles shortstop. Tatum, his hands on knees, lead at second base. Long time taken between pitches by Nippert, so Lugo steps out briefly. Now he is back in. Nippert at the belt. Here's the right-hander's delivery to Julio Lugo. A foul back and out of play. Well, we'll be back here again later today as the Orioles will play the third game of this series. Chris Tillman will be brought up from Norfolk to make the start for the Orioles, and coming over from the Seattle Mariners in a trade that was made late Friday afternoon, Cliff Lee will make his first Texas start. Nippert 1-2 to Julio Lugo. And the delivery to Lugo. A little looping pop-up caught by the first baseman, Chris Davis, on a jump. And that's the first out, second out this inning. As Lugo makes the second out. Now we go to the top of the order. And, man, what a game Corey Patterson has had tonight. Corey's had 4 hits, a 5 RBI night, and the dramatic moment with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. With a 2-2 count, he powered one into the upper deck here down the right field side at Texas Stadium to tie the ball game. And now here in the 10th, the Orioles have grabbed the lead on the Jake Fox home run. He's going to be intentionally walked with first base open. They want to face the right-handed bat of Miguel Tejada. Corey Patterson now, 5 home runs, 19 driven in. Patterson with those 5 ribbies tonight. Corey has had a single, his first at bat, then an RBI single his second trip, a double, and then the grand slam. Patterson hitting .292, and he may be back in left field due to the injury to Felix Piet. Corey has been DHing since the return of Felix, but Felix injured tonight and to leave the ball game. And so Corey jogs down to first base following the intentional walk here in the 10th. And now Miggy will step in.
What a night, huh?
Yes, sir.
And with all the injuries, if there's one more injury, there's nobody left on the bench. We're going to see a pitcher out there playing somewhere.
Here's Miggy. Tejada has been on base twice. Once he was hit by a pitch and then singled. And here's the delivery on the way to the right-handed bat, and a pitch inside 1-0 to Miguel Tejada. Tejada overall a .276 mark. Orioles have runners at first and second. Tatum at second base, and the speedy Corey Patterson at first. Dustin Nippert sets, drops the hands, delivers to Tejada right down the middle for a strike. Nippert, the 6th Texas pitcher tonight. The Orioles have also used 6 on the night, and will use a 7th as we go to the 10th inning. Nippert with runners at first and second, delivers to Miggy, a bouncer third base side. Young will charge, pick it up, throw to first. That's the inning, but the Jake Fox leadoff home run in the 10th has given the Orioles the lead. We go to the bottom of inning number 10 in Texas. Orioles 7, Rangers 6 on the Orioles Radio Network.
Everywhere you turn, someone's offering you something.
Chick-fil-A's new spicy chicken sandwich. A hot new way for humans to eat more chicken instead of beef. Now at Chick-fil-A.
Well, on Thursday night, it was Alfredo Simon who picked up his 11th save, pitching a scoreless 9th against the Rangers. Now he comes on here in the 10th to try to pick up number 12 and get the win for Jason Birkin. Suffered his second blown save on Tuesday at Detroit when he gave up that 2-run home run to Cabrera in the bottom of the 9th inning. But Alfredo here has a chance to nail it down for Juan Samuel and the Orioles. He will be facing Elvis Andrus, Michael Young, and Ian Kinsler, top third of the order for the Texas Rangers. In the first delivery, and Andrus takes a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Andrus without a hit tonight He came into this ball game with a modest 3-game hit streak. Jason Birkin pitching last inning. Chance to win the ball game. Ball too low. 2 balls and no strikes now to the leadoff hitter here in the 10th. Simone, this is his 23rd game. 2 wins, 1 loss with the 11 saves. And the delivery to Andrews, a strike now, as that count is 2-1 to Elvis. Texas Rangers, 31 wins, 16 losses here at home. And the delivery on the way to the right-handed batter, up and in, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Simone gets the throwback from Tatum and kind of walks around the first base side of the pitcher's mound. Kicks at the dirt behind the mound, now climbs to the top of the hill. Simone kicks and delivers, and here's a fastball, strike 2. 3-2. Andrews was ready to start going down to third base, or I should say first base. He then was called back by home plate umpire Jerry Meals. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the 10th. And the Simone delivery to the right-handed batter. He stays alive, fouling it out of play off to the right side. Now, last night we saw the change in tactics for Simone after the Detroit appearance when he blew that save, throwing a lot of split finger pitches. Afterward, skipper Juan Samuel said, I want to see him throw more fastballs than he did last night. And it was a 1-2-3 inning. 3-2 to Elvis Andrews. A 3-2 delivery. Andrews lines it center field. Jones there makes the grab on a fastball. So that's the first out here in the 10th. Michael Young up now. Young, a couple of walks and a base hit tonight. One of those walks intentional. Also a couple of ground outs. Young with 12 home runs. Right-handed batter, 306 batting mark. And the delivery on the way to Young. A breaking ball, fly ball, center field. In and now back a couple of steps as Jones out, number 2 in the 10th. Ian Kinsler now stands between Simone and the Orioles, and their second consecutive come behind victory. Kinsler, a couple of base hits and a sacrifice fly. Also a comebacker to the pitcher. And a fly ball to right field. Alfredo Simone with 2 down. Delivers to Kinsler, a fastball, strike. 0-1. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Alfredo kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Off-speed breaking ball. 0-2 now to Ian Kinsler. So the Orioles 1 strike away. Simone takes that walk around the first base side of the mound. Kicks again. Trying to get some of that caked-in dirt out of the spikes. He will read the sign from Craig Tatum. He's ahead of Ian Kinsler. 2 strikes, 2 out, bottom of the 10th. Simone rocks, kicks, and delivers. Kinsler takes a breaking ball outside. 1-2 now to the second baseman. If Kinsler reaches, it's Vladimir Guerrero. Simone on the way, 1-2 with 2 out, and Kinsler bounced it toward shortstop. Backhanded by Lugo. His throw to first off the mark, up in the air, coming down on the bag. Wigginton for the final out. And the Orioles for a second consecutive night here in Texas. Rally to defeat the first place Texas Rangers as the Orioles for a second consecutive night come back from a deficit of 4-0 to win the ball game as they score 4 in the bottom of the ninth on the grand slam. A dramatic home run off the bat of Corey Patterson with 2 out and 2 strikes, and then win it in the 10th on the leadoff home run in the top of the 10th by Jake Fox. Orioles win it 7-6. We'll be back after this.
Good morning to you. About those lovely totals here. Yeah, they're in the win column again. Their second consecutive victory. Tonight they win it 7 runs on 15 hits. And for the second consecutive game, they make 3 errors and they win the ball game. They also leave 10 men on base. Texas had 6 runs on 10 hits. They make an error and they leave in the ball game a total of 12 base runners. The winner, Jason Burkett, now 2-1. The loser, Nippert, he is now 3-4. Alfredo Simon picks up a save, number 12 for him. The time of the game was 3 hours and 51 minutes. Also had a rain delay of 2 hours and 29 minutes. So the game ends at about 1:30 in the morning. And the attendance here tonight, 24,216. Left-hander Brian Mattis did not have it tonight. He struggled right away, although Texas did not score in this game until the bottom of inning number 3. It all began with 1 out, a single by Michael Young, and then Kinsler a single, and then Vladimir Guerrero came up to hit.
And the pitch on the way to Guerrero, swing, high drive, deep to left field.
Hours and 29 minutes before the game even started, and then 3 hours, 51 minutes of baseball. Well, after a long day and a long night like that, it's a good idea to win it. And so now they're looking for their 3rd consecutive victory here in Texas tomorrow night.
And it'll be 2 guys who weren't even in the dugouts or in the clubhouses tonight pitching tomorrow as the Orioles play Game 3 of this 4-game series. Cliff Lee earlier today was a member of the Seattle Mariners, but the Texas Rangers pulled off a trade. He will start tomorrow night here in Arlington, Texas for the Rangers. And for the Orioles, it'll be Chris Tillman, who really has not been officially named the starter, but the move will be made, and Tillman will make the start. I guess later today, it is right now 1:35 here, Saturday morning in Texas, so it'll be later tonight that the Orioles and the Rangers will get together here at the ballpark. Our next game will be coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and don't forget, we've talked about it time and time again, talking about taking the local bus, light rail, or metro, subway, MTA. They drop you off right at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, and then after the game, they'll pick you up. Parking and traffic hassles disappear when you take the MTA.
All right, so again, the final score of the Orioles in very dramatic fashion, come from behind fashion, in the win column again, as again they beat the Rangers. This time they do it in 10, and they win it 7-6. And now stay tuned. Steve Molesky and Dave Johnson next for the All Access postgame show right here on the Orioles Have a Good Morning Radio Network.
The Orioles have been brought to you by these